All right, guys, we're live.
Hello.
Sorry, we're a few minutes late
Hey.
because what inevitably happens is the four of us get on the line on the video here, and we just start chatting, and it's like, oh, hang on, we should.
Oh yeah, we should go live.
We should actually go
We should
live.
have that chat live instead of in
We're
private.
just catching up, and how's everyone doing? And blah, blah, blah. So
yeah,
I'm
welcome. Sick, so forgive my stuffiness.
Yeah,
but that's okay.
Yeah,
I'll live.
We'll go around and ask everyone how they're doing. So Dan, I'll start with you, man. I know that I was just saying
Dan's got a smile on his face.
How relaxed.
Relaxed and anyway. Yeah, I'm coming at you from Slovenia right now, and
what a
been
bummer.
enjoying the summer, having a month or so's break, time off, recharge, eat lots of good food, drink too many of these, too many fun times, you know. But
sounds good.
Doing good all round. Yeah. How about you guys?
Yeah, well, the last time we were on a stream like this, I was in Indiana, wasn't I? So
yeah, you were.
So that was 6 weeks ago? 6 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was like 6 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah. So man, I came home from the blazing summer of Indiana into the winter of the Southern Hemisphere. Actually went across to New Zealand for a week and visited my mum and dad, which was really nice actually. Because they're, you know how your parents get to that age where it's like you realize that you don't know how many more times you're going to see them, you know, like yeah. So they're at, you know, it's kind of like that, right? So that was really nice actually just going and actually living with them for 3 or 4 days, whatever, and just spending time. And I've been modding actually, so I'm not doing any runs at the moment, not till kind of September, October. I'll do another run of builds, and I've been modding and having some fun with some R&D on it, trying to finish this preamp that I'm working on. So that's kind of what I've been up to. Awesome. Shay, man, what's been happening in your world, man?
Man, I just wrapped up the Unholy Grail run last week. Sent those out, and yeah, man, finally catch a break. So I've been in a constant run. So we did the Club Secret, and then I went right into this one. I did some skeleton. I haven't had like any breaks this year yet, which is good, but definitely have had a good week this week, just chilling and kicking back a little bit, you know.
Are you sick of building amps, man, for the moment?
No, man, I'm already plotting on my next thing, man.
Give yourself a few years.
I was waiting for Dave to say something about that.
Give yourself a few years.
You're not missing the smell of solder already? Yeah, it sounds like you are.
It's nice taking a break from that, man. That's, you know, when you go through a build, oh boy, you're eating a lot of that, even with good ventilation. So,
oh yeah, man.
It's good to take a break from that. And, yeah, man, my daughter, she starts school next week. So,
yeah,
it's, you know, we're going to be back in the swing of that. And I've picked up an early 90s SLP, and I picked up a Jubilee. So I'm going to do a couple mods in the midterm here before I do another run. And yeah, everything's good.
Yeah, awesome. And Dave, man, what's cooking in your world, man? What's been happening?
Well, I did get to take a week off.
Oh yeah, you went
not a month, but a week.
Yeah,
we went to Lake Tahoe, which is a beautiful area in the mountains next to the lake.
It's a regular spot for you guys, isn't it?
Yeah, we've gone a couple other years. Yeah. We skipped last year, but the 2 prior years we had gone, and we rent a cabin. It's expensive, but it's a nice cabin though. Yeah, we can drive there, so it's 8 hours away or something.
Oh, okay.
It's a good drive, but it's not too bad. Yeah. Hey, it's beautiful though. It's beautiful though. It's you're this huge lake in the mountains. It's like amazing.
Is it still in California, or is it out?
Well, technically the lake is half in California and half in Nevada.
Oh wow.
Actually, down the center of the lake is the dividing.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a south side and a north side. So So you have and all the sides of the lake are sort of different too. So it's got a cool vibe.
Yeah,
it's good.
Awesome.
It's a good place to hang out and do nothing. You go swimming in the lake, and
that sounds good.
Sandy beaches and things, and it's fun.
I like that.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So can't complain. But then I came back to chaos,
amps and stuff.
chaos.
And you got a cold.
Yeah, well, I got a cold. Yeah, that was this was let's see, this is 2 weeks ago. I was in Tahoe, so for the last 2 weeks, I haven't had a cold for the last 2 weeks. It was just
but in there,
my wife got it first, and then I'm like trying to stay away from her, and of course, caught up to me.
Doesn't work.
I live. No big deal.
It's gotta deal with
It's
it.
a little stuffy.
All right.
But other than that, 10,000 projects going on at once.
Yes. Well, we know we like
so
variety.
many amps in development. It's not even funny.
Well, the Jose's look like they hit really
How
good.
many things do I have going on? Let me think about this for a second. I can't tell you what they all are, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6.
Damn.
And actually, there's some stuff that's still on the back burner too. So yes, and of course, they want it all now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it always is, mate.
Now.
Yeah.
Gotta be right.
Yeah. Well, man, there's I can only imagine. I mean, when you're in that environment, Dave, you've got there's you've got R&D side, and you've got a team working with you on that, and then you've got the production side, and there's a team working on that. You're going to be the bottleneck in the middle, I imagine, most of the time.
Yeah, and it's like
because it has to go through you.
Finish
you know,
it. You finish it, and then you're waiting on a chassis, or you're waiting on transformers, and then you get all the parts in. And I go, okay, I got to build this. Oh, but I got 3 others stacked up. I got to build too. Okay, and you got to R&D all of them, and
that's right.
I'm sorry, it just doesn't take 2 days. It's technically you could probably build it in a day, maybe if you worked hard, but
it's got to be right.
But you got to tech it and make sure it's all right, and then there might be a PCB revision, or 2. Or 3.
There's always 3.
Yeah. We've gotten it down. Most of the time, we've gotten it down to. Sometimes we've made it in 1.
Can do.
A lot of times it's 2. But if we did something more complicated that we didn't quite know if it was going to work right, sometimes that's 3 or 4.
Yeah, if you do something you've never done before, break new ground with a different circuit or a different style of switching or something like that, then look, you might get it right. But there's always something in the first one that you might be able to work around it.
And then there's the rev of there's a rev later on of stuff that you found after it's been out after the first run.
Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah. If you turn all the knobs on 10 in this one mode, it squeals. Oh, yeah. Well, don't do that. But it's not meant to do that.
Right.
That would be Mason Boogie's. That would be Mason Boogie's answer.
Yeah, correct. Well, this is an interesting dilemma, right?
Like the new Mark
2C Plus,
2C Pluses and stuff. Yeah, they oscillate at one point.
Just like the old ones did.
Yeah, the old ones did too. Yeah,
it's a faithful.
It's accurate. It's accurate. Oh boy,
all the flaws and all.
Flaws and all.
It's like 2 for 1. It's an amp and a theremin, all in one.
But yes, the Jose's been rocking. You said, Jay.
Yeah.
Out there and rocking.
People are stoked about it, man. Loved seeing that.
They seem to be really happy. So. I mean, I'm not recreating the wheel here, but it's it's
sounds
cool.
fantastic.
People like it. But like I always said, that there's things of that circuit you can improve upon, right? But I did it traditional to what it was because that was the goal of it. It's like, you can add a bright cap to the first gain pot. Yes, sure. Yes, you could make a switchable bright cap on the second gain pot. Sure, but it just gives more people chance to fuck it up, though. Sometimes, I mean,
does it really need it?
You know, well, I always get those people. You know, there's some people are like, well, yeah, I get this really thin, anemic sound. I go, what are your settings on the amp? And then you see that the gain settings are super low, and they got the bright cap on the thing, and it's like, well, yeah, don't do that.
Yeah,
you know,
Yeah,
like
totally, man. This is the
so if you give them something to fuck up, they'll fuck it up.
yeah.
Generally speaking,
They're just not set up to sound like that, man. I always every person that brings a 4-holer in here, I always ask them. I say, show me how you set it up. Show me how you dial it in. And it's amazing how many just don't understand that bright cap thing.
Oh no.
You know, they've just never, like, I don't know, maybe never been explained to them, or they've just never really kind of like cottoned on to the fact that when you bring that guy down, it's no good. You know,
and on the Jose with a gain stage in front, smashing it into the next one, if you bring that volume 1 down, so to speak, you know, the Marshall volume 1 down really low, oh my god, it sounds broken.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that either.
I hate that. That's why I've always avoided sometimes bright caps, because I hate the fact that you can do that. And I know people, after answering so many emails, that they'll do it and make it sound awful.
Yeah. Especially in that second position there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's even more drastic with the second position, because you got more gain going into it, and it sounds literally like you broke the amp if you turn it down low enough.
Yeah.
Crashing. And
this is where and we've seen this in some designs, right? That, you know, someone will put a fixed resistor to lift the pot above ground, so you can't.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
can't actually get it too low.
That's a valid way to do things too. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're talking about a fixed bright cap? Doing a fixed bright cap?
No.
Okay.
A resistor on the tail of the
resistor
pot,
on the tail of the pot to lift it
that low.
So that the user can't turn it down too low. You know, like your lowest setting on the pot is like your minimum viable offer. You know, like when you lower, and then
that's a cool way too. That's cool to do too.
Yeah, you can do it. You can put a trim pot in there, and you can like dial it in where you want, or stick a pot in there, clamp one in, you know, and try it.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, you can try that, but don't leave the trim pot in the amp. Yeah, someone will go in and go, "What's this?"
Yeah, someone will just fuck it up, guaranteed.
What's this?
Is this
the bias trim pot? I turned it and it doesn't do anything. Yeah, it's a cathode biased amp, and you just fucked up the loop level. And you don't have a scope, so you can't set it now.
Yeah.
This sounds like that's happened to you before, Dave.
No, nothing ever happens. And the more amps you get out in the world on a huge, large amount like we do, the more you realize all this stuff.
Oh my god.
It's just like I always said, well, if there's going to be a tube problem, I'll find it.
Yeah.
You know, if it's going to be a problem, I'll uncover it.
Yeah, totally. All right, hey guys, so we're definitely going to get to the Q&A, right? But we're going to actually start this discussion off. Not that we've already started it, right? But we're going to continue this discussion with a kind of a pre-canned or a preset topic. So this is a suggestion that Shay made when I was over in the States, and we were sitting out on the front porch having a beer. He said, "Man, why don't we have some preset topics to talk about? Trying to get
How drunk were you guys when you brought this up?
Not much. A little bit.
I feel like we were better last time we came. We were
way better.
Goal oriented. So
we had too much work to do, right?
It was a good idea at the time.
Next time you come over, I'm going to come over there and fuck you guys all up.
Yeah,
that's what you said.
I'm just going to watch you and
we
drink.
Could time it for the next time you do the
Wait, Shay, before we get into this,
Sweetwater.
Are you going to come to Sweetwater?
Yeah, man. I talked to Kyle KSR, and I talked to him last week, and I was like, "Hey, man, you want to go up there?" So I think both me and him are going to come up. See you up there. When is it? September what? Do you know the date?
It is that. Hang on, I'll look at the calendar. 1 sec. September. So the public day for that is. Let's see. I think that would be Saturday the 27th.
Cool. Yeah,
Double check that on their website. But it's Guitarfest or whatever, and that's the public day, I think.
Cool.
But if you came the night before, that's fine too.
Okay. I mean, hell, we could
just text me. Just text me or whatever. Yeah. Well, wait. I don't even know if you have my phone number.
I mean, I talk to you.
Get it from Jason or whatever. Get it.
Yeah.
I have yours now. By the way.
Yeah. Just Dave, you just text Shane, then you've got it. So I'm going to say, Dave. If those guys are heading up there Friday night, and you are as well, or just some advice.
Oh,
make sure you've got an escape plan ready
for these guys,
so you can get out on Friday.
Please,
because they will hold you.
We're professionals. Come on. No, I've hung out with Kyle before a little bit. I understand. Yeah. The escape plan will be going. This escape plan, the bar will be in our hotel lobby. And the escape plan is we'll just go upstairs. So that's not easy.
That's a good plan. You just tell the guys, "I'll be right back," and then you just go to
disappear. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Leave them with the bill.
Oh no!
Yeah, even better. All right. So here's our question. All right, for the panel. The question is, Marshall circuits, the third cathode. Right. So cathode on V2A. Some were bypassed, some were not bypassed. What do we know about, like, when did that change? And then I get this related question: is what impact does a bypass cap at that stage make?
Well, who's first?
Yeah,
anybody? I mean, did it?
I'll go.
Yeah. Go.
When did it change? The funny thing is, Marshall did whatever the fuck they wanted whenever they fucking wanted it. I've seen old amps that should have the bypass cap with unbroken solder joints that don't have the bypass cap. I've seen them unbroken solder joints without the bypass cap. I've seen, Marshall did whatever the fuck they want. I don't think. We don't have those caps today. All right, let's not put it in.
Yeah. True.
When was it present? I can't answer that because it's all over the map on like what eras it was there or wasn't there.
So can you say, like, when's the earliest example you've seen the cap on it? Like, maybe which year do you think is the earliest?
68, probably. 68. I have seen, so like a 68 12 series amp, if it was lead spec, generally you saw it with the cap. Yeah. Most stuff earlier than that did not have the cap. Like all the JTM 45s and stuff didn't have a cap or anything.
Yeah.
There's some guys that are really I have some clients that are really sensitive that like sort of like super bass amps or bass spec amps. Yeah. Like Mike Landau, he loves bass spec amps and he hates that cap on that spot because it adds this little sizzle and that sizzle he doesn't like. In a super bass, I sort of like that cap in there because I think a super bass is too bassy and too mucky for me. So, although you can fix that by just the first coupling cap in the amp.
Yeah.
Even if you leave everything else, if you just shrink that first coupling cap on the lead channel, all of a sudden you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. I like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they did certain things at certain times. It's hard to say, like, the later 800s that didn't have it either.
Didn't have it. But aren't they mostly present on the Plexis? Like, would you say they're mostly present?
Yeah, I mean, 4 input amps had them generally. Yeah. So generally speaking, 4 input amps. Let's get this out of our heads. Plexi. A lot of people use Plexi for 4 input.
Yeah.
So a metal panel is not a plexi, so it's but the only thing that it's just the panels, really. It's just so the circuit evolved over the years a little bit. But yeah, I mean, it's that cap can be good both ways, in or out. Sometimes in a high gain circuit, it's kind of cool out because it takes a little sizzle off things. But if it's like a metal guy, he might want it in, because not only does it add a little gain, but it adds a little like cut to the to the sound.
It's an interesting spot. I just worked on a 72. It was a really clean 72 super lead, so still on turret board. There was no evidence that had no bypass cap on that stage, and this amp still had all the original solder joints with the paint on them.
Yeah,
there's no evidence that it ever been a cap there. It was like,
was it a lead spec?
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm talking about. It's like, but that era amp probably should have had it.
Probably should have it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the whole Van Halen thing had the big fat cap there.
Yeah.
So that's just so a 0.68 cap will just be like upper mid range to high end that it's boosting, and a larger cap will give a more full range boost. And for me, what works well in one of those 4-input amps depends on the amp. Sometimes if the amp's just too like woolly in the low end, I'll put the 0.68. Sometimes I'll do the Van Halen-y thing. It just depends on how the amp sounds.
Yeah.
It's a teeter-totter. The nice thing is put a switch through a switch and you can have all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, exactly. And I think also the other thing with that is that there's aside from the tonal aspect of it, there's a feel difference, quite a noticeable feel difference, especially if you've got no cap. It kind of feels a little bit rounder, a little bit more squishy when you push it. But then obviously as soon as you put the cap in place, if you start with a smallish cap, like 0.68, you get more of that defined percussiveness thing happening. It's just a little bit there. It's not so like enormous, but you can definitely feel it. And obviously if you start going up in the values, you start doing like the Van Halen cap thing, then it gets more, you get the gain, but you also get the squishy feel as well, which is cool. So that's, again, like Dave was saying, it's a balancing act. Other things have got to be right for those things to work their best.
Yeah.
I wonder why they left it off the 800.
Maybe they didn't like how. I mean, to me, an 800 is slightly flawed. I mean, I mean, 800 is
that's why we're here.
It's a good sound. It's a good sound.
Yeah.
It's a little woolly in the low end, though. It's a little like tubby sounding, and it's great when you push it with a super overdrive or something, or a tube screamer or something, whatever your choice du jour is, because it tightens up all the low end and it fixes all those problems. But as it is by itself, it really needs that first coupling cap shrunk to me always. And then it starts to sound cool. I think it also sounds cool putting a 0.68 across that in an 800 circuit. Yeah, because it gives it a little more upper mid range and a little more fixes some of the issues.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. They're a kind of a unique sounding and feeling amp because I mean also that second cathode, that 10K that's unbypassed, that's massively affecting that playing feel where it feels a bit tubby. Yeah, I mean it feels a bit tubby with that 10K that's not bypassed. And as soon as you do anything to that, I mean then immediately the feel starts to get more percussive, more edgy, and you play around with that. But then you start to get away from the character of the 800.
Well, this is it, man.
Yeah.
That's the thing, isn't it? It's like
it is flawed like that, right? I completely agree. But a good sounding one, it's like, that's sounding rock and roll right there, man. Like it's got that thing, you know.
So many people
messing too much.
So many people don't know how to use it. So you have to use on an 800. You have to use the bright cap.
Oh yeah,
that is on that gain.
Gotcha.
You know, you want your gain at like 7.
Yeah,
because you want the tightening effect of that bright cap.
Hell yeah.
You don't want to go above 7. You know, it's 7-ish roughly in that range. It's such a minimal range there. It's like 6, 7. That's it.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
You have no other gain settings. You don't.
No. Man. No,
so like if you want to go to 10 though, you need to do something to the circuit.
You have a pedal,
you know,
or a pedal, right?
You don't really gain an awful lot of useful extra gain between 7 and 10 on 800, do you? I mean,
no,
really,
not really.
just squish.
A little more squish and more low end, and
I think that amp, like the things that really stop that from completely turning to shit are all the little treble peakers in the circuit leading to that gain pot.
Yeah,
you know, because something I see a lot with so many JCM 800s that get sent to me, they're basically completely stock, but they'll either have the bright cap missing or just as bad that the treble peaker that leads to the gain pot missing.
That's even worse.
That one's even worse because you're hitting the gain pot with an even flubbier signal that's darker and more, you know, rounded off. Even if you've got a bright cap on there at that point, you know, it's not going to save you.
And you know, it might be fine if they're using a pedal into it. And I think those cutting those out had to do with people using pedals into it.
Yeah, for sure.
Because a lot of times with bright caps and stuff like that, pedals don't like them very much.
Yeah.
And
they want to better turn the pedal off and get a clean tone. So I get it, right? But it's not what the amp was set up for, you know.
Yeah, it's especially bad if you're using like distortion pedals. You throw a DS1 in front of one and it's like, you know, it's it's not good.
Not gonna work.
It's much.
Not gonna work. Yeah, cool. All right. Anything more to add on that one? We think we've probably done it to death. I might get to a few questions in the chat.
Yeah, sure.
We got a couple of super chats here. I'll hit those first. Pat, hey Pat, thanks for the super chat, brother. These chats are so awesome. Yeah, well, man, thanks for that. What's the impact of an output transformer with a higher than normal primary impedance? Is a good tech question. Who wants to have a go at that?
That's a good question.
It's a little bit, I would say,
sonic impact.
The one thing you can try to actually just test that yourself, if you want to sound what primary impedance being out sounds like, just get the impedance selector on the back of your amp and move it by one into the same cabinet, and then you've created an unbalanced situation. It's safe enough if you're one away, I think.
Oh yeah,
but it'll sound slightly different, and different might be good or bad.
Yeah,
depends. Subjective.
Yeah, you know, supposedly like Van Halen always would run his amp. Well, who knows how he ran his amp, but he would run his amp on 8 ohms into a 16 ohm load and or 20 ohm load or something, you know. So it's good. And actually that's a great sound. Actually, if you run your amp on 8 into a 16 ohm dummy load and then slave it into something, it's really good actually that way.
Changes the negative feedback if it's tied to that too.
Sure.
Yeah. You notice that right off the bat.
I've mentioned this video before. So Steve Fryette is on this. I can never remember the name of the guy's channel. He's a German metal YouTuber guy.
Oh, Kohler.
That's him.
You
reminded me.
His first name is Kohler. Yeah. Kohler. That's
so
all I know.
there's a,
And I might be pronouncing that wrong.
yeah, well, man, you've got it. You're way closer than me because I couldn't even remember the name. Steve's on there. He's done a bunch of videos with that guy, but there is this particular video where he asks him about the impact of changing the tube type in an amplifier. So someone pulls out EL34s and they put KT66s in or whatever, and Steve goes into this fantastic low-level tech explanation, which he's likes to do, and explains why your amp will sound different because of the primary impedance that each tube type wants to see to be at their optimal operating point. So normally what happens is if you change the primary impedance or you change the tube type that wants a different impedance, it's the same thing, right? The amp sounds different because the tubes are no longer operating at their optimal operating point. You've pushed them to one side or the other, so they'll sound kind of out of balance, not quite working correctly. Some people think that sounds better, and that's cool. It's a subjective thing, but it definitely will sound different. And it's not normally because of the tube type. It's normally because, as Steve explains in that video, it's you've now put it out of the spec that it was designed to run at.
So the really cool thing is if someone ever got in depth and got essentially the same output transformer with different primary impedances to match up to those tubes and then did a video of the sound differences between all the tubes, I think you're going to see way less of a difference than you think.
Yeah, that'd be a super cool thing to do. And man, I had a couple of those OTs here. I don't have them anymore. I had a friend of mine here who actually was an early mentor of mine in amp building. Had a bunch of. No, this was a guy called Don Kohinger.
Oh, okay.
He got me started in PCB design. Thanks to Don.
Anyway, one to blame.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. It's a little bit thanks, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. He was the guy that got me. I remember him saying to me, I was hand wiring effects loops just for my own builds. And he was like, what the hell are you doing? I'm like, I don't know, man. It's the only way I know how to do it. And he said, you just do them on the printed circuit board. And then he kind of showed me how he was doing it. And I was like, oh, okay, I can learn that. Anyway, he had some OT spec from Haber that he was using that had, I'm trying to remember this. They had a 4K and a 6K6 primary, dual primaries.
Yeah.
So he was setting them up for 34s or 6v6s, basically, that kind of thing. And you could, in that amp design that he had, you could flick between, it would have 4 octals in it, and you could switch between the two different tube types, and the OT primary would switch over at the same time. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, cool design.
It's way different than everyone thinks, though.
Yeah. All right. Hey, this is David. Hey, man. How you doing? We were just chatting the other day. Hi, guys. Great to see you all doing this together. Yeah, man. No worries. No questions for now. Just waiting on my Jose email from Dave. Come on, Dave.
Well, I don't do anything with that. So.
Yeah, it's probably best you don't, man.
Yeah. So you'll get it. You'll get it, man. We can only make them so fast. As it is, we had to extend.
Got to make it today, remember?
Yeah. Well, of course, you got to make it now. As it is, when we started with a lot of them, right? And then, as you go through it, waiting on testing and waiting on head shells and waiting on this and that. So we actually made it so it says when you buy your amp, it can take up to 2 weeks to get it. Doesn't mean that it won't get it in 3 days, but it could take up to 2 weeks, depending on how it's landing when we do that. It's like, hey, we got 50 amps tested here, okay, and they're all good and they're boxed and ready to go. Okay, great, but we sold 53. It's like we're catching up constantly.
Good problem to have, man.
Yeah. I don't actually know how many we've actually the actual purchases. I don't know what that number is right now. But the funny thing is they keep adding to the list. The list gets bigger all the time. I don't even know if the list has dwindled at all, even with the sales. It like keeps getting bigger.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's super cool, man. It's just awesome.
I mean, that's bound to happen too, because once the amps get out there,
and then people are like, "Oh, I want to get on that list,"
and then the clips start getting posted, and people start being like, "Yeah, this thing's awesome." Of course.
Yeah.
And we specifically on this one didn't do a lot of clips. We did one official video. So I was just like, let's see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
you really don't have to, man.
Other people have done some, but you know.
Once the guys get them, they tend to tell everybody. So
yeah.
This is it, man. It's also the whole thing, Dave, is direct, right? So kind of like the idea of, you didn't need to put it in any store so that anyone could try it out before they bought it.
Yeah.
They just went, no, I'm buying it, which is also awesome. It's so cool.
I just like it because it's one channel.
Oh man,
I like that too.
So
down to your hands at that point.
It's like, and the funny with all the way the switching is, it would be even hard to do multiple channels because there's too much. Certain things you can't switch between because it will pop or it'll do something weird, and it's just like then you have to compromise things, and then that's no good. And
No,
I'm gonna do it like I'm gonna stay that line like originally was. That's the whole thing. Like his original amps were this way. This is how this amp is. Bam. That's it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's just a great.
There's still, and I'm really pleased to find this out, right? But there's the demand for just a simple single channel amp still there.
Apparently there is. I guess
people want the channel switches and all that stuff too, right? That's all cool. But there is, people just give me a single channel amp with 6 knobs on it,
Well, like Richard Fortas with Guns N' Roses is using it, and he's using one amp.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
Oh, and I think he has like a little Super O combo or something too. But basically, it's one amp.
Yeah, the way to do it, man.
People like that. I'll tell you what. I kind of miss building the skeleton keys, man. There's not even a relay in that amp.
No,
it's just like a JCM 800, a high input and a low input. It's not really low, but man.
That's a high and a higher input.
It's a high and a higher, but the build of those, man, they're just nice to build. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry, Jason.
No, it's all good, man.
We know we've seen it taken apart and out there on the web.
Oh man,
see them guessing.
Yeah. You're all on slow climb now.
Yeah. Like in vultures.
You've made it. You've made it when your amp's getting torn apart on slow climb.
I've been torn apart 1,000 times on there.
Oh yeah, it never ends.
I think we've all.
They're not so active anymore, so
we've all joined that. We've all joined that club now. Man, it's not so active anymore.
It's my claim to fame.
Yeah, exactly. I'm on a forum that no one's ever heard of.
Now they're all heading there right now. Going,
What?
What do you call this place?
I think you have to know the name of Joey's cat to get in there.
You do. Well, you used to have to know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a gated.
That was the password. Brad. Hey, Brad. This third time I put your chat up here, man. Everyone keeps so $6.66. Good on you. Reminder to drink water and moisturize. Yeah. All right, man. I'm sure you've been at work since bloody 6 a.m. probably, knowing you.
Yeah.
And Goody Guitars $2 super sticker. Thanks, dude. If you got a question, man, make sure you throw it in the chat. And Rick, Thanks for the super chat, man. Appreciate that. Recently modded my SV20H exactly like Jason did on a video. It's hard to put my guitar down now since then. All right, man. Cool. Well, that's the idea. Great to see, man. I hope it went smoothly. I get the odd email from people that try these mods, but most of the time, people seem to be able to tackle them without problem. I don't know, man. I've done a few. I think the one that he might be referring to, the very first SV20 mod video that I did it wasn't a plexi front. Well, it wasn't a 4-hole front end. It was like I ended up doing like a high and a low input.
Nice.
And it was probably just. I don't think it had an extra tube. I think it was 3 stages with diodes. Is my memory.
Is that the one that said change your SV20 with $5 of parts or something like that?
That one.
Yeah, I remember that one.
That one.
Great.
Yeah, just
it works, right?
Yeah, just straight out of the recipe book. That one. Right. Okay. I'm going to get through some of these questions now, guys. We've got 126 online, so that's cool. Thanks for joining in, everybody. Dave, this is for you, man. Walrus is asking, he's curious to know if the Jose has chewy feel when palm muting, like on the BE50. Does the Jose feel the same, or is it more immediate?
How do you when people ask me these questions, I'm always sort of like, how do you put into words what your chewy is? I always have a hard time with that. It's just like, it's
what is chewy? What do we think chewy means? Like, is it like, what is chewy?
Like probably a little bit like easy,
spongy?
like it's got some give. Like,
it might be the Jose might be it also depends on what era B50 you have, because I sort of change them a little bit over time. If it's a real current B50, not excessively different, but the Jose is very open sounding, very percussive. So
that's a good.
It still has a chewy feel, I guess.
Well, he's actually, so Walrus goes on to say, both, because he's also asking Shay, Dan, and myself, are our amps chewy? And here's an explanation of what chewy means. Feels like strumming putty.
So you're sort of talking like compression.
I would say my amps are bouncy.
Yeah,
chewy, maybe
same.
Bouncy.
Elastic.
I always go for a similar feel, but this is traditional to what a Jose was. So it's really hard to like.
Yeah,
I would say yes.
It's a hard one to explain, isn't it? Because it's like trying to describe how something
describe feel. Feel. I always get this like, so when someone describes something as like a channel of one of my amps is being compressed or something, it's like it's really compressed. To me, a great plexi amp cranked, say Van Halen style, is very brown and very compressed.
Yeah.
And if that's what I kind of look for in the feel of the amp, that cranked up great plexi sound, but maybe with higher gain or maybe with this. So yes, some of it's compressed, but if you compare it to a real amp, like a real plexi and stuff, and you compare the two, it's not more compressed necessarily. It's kind of spot on. I don't know. Is it an 800? No, it's not an 800, because an 800 I don't find chewy or compressed at all.
Yeah, I think a lot of people
loose,
see like compression differently.
It's loose,
and harsh, and
not
so forgiving.
Cutting can be cutting with the overdrive, and depends on what overdrive you put into it. Well, that depends on if it sounds chewy or not.
Yeah.
It's unforgiving. the 800 to me is sort of. I mean, it's a good sound, but it can be not very forgiving.
Without a pedal, you do have to fight it a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel it when you play, and even if you crank it, you still I still fight it a little bit with those amps. Whereas like if I compare them to like my own stuff that I do, I'm always aiming for like I always want the amp to feel relatively easy to play, but not at the expense of it like screwing up the dynamics. So I want it to have a good string separation. I want it to have really good clarity, really good dynamics, but at the same time, getting that nice, comfy playing feel, that's a really hard thing to do, which takes a lot of work to get there. And
it's a balancing act.
Yeah, exactly. Like I feel like I can balance that good with the stuff I do. I think also like you hear that. I think the Jose circuit has a nice balance of that. It doesn't feel really hard to play. It's quite easy to play, but like it's also quite quick in response.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not a slow amp,
there's no low end in it.
Yeah, exactly. It's quick.
It's two 0022 couplers.
Yeah. It's it's a quick responding amp, and I mean, you've got to be able to hold your own with your playing to pull it off with an amp like that. But at the same time, it's not going to like fight you big time. It's going to like it works with you, I think.
It's that combination of being articulate but also forgiving. That's the kind of the special meeting point, isn't it? So Dave, that the Jose, no depth circuit in that.
No, and I love it.
Amazing.
The thing about I've really been down on depth circuits lately.
We know
there's
I'm talking to the guy here that has depth on 10.
There's a real fakeness to that circuit to me. It has a weird phase shifting weird thing. It's not real to me. It's just like real, like if if you had in the past a JCM 800 and we're hitting it with a pedal, okay, there's no depth circuit in there. It has the low end from the amp and it has this, and I just think it just sounds more real to me. It just doesn't have that.
There's this thing about it's kind of the perspective of
phase shift that happens.
Sound. Like if you're listening to that, or if you're a guitar player and you're playing that amplifier in a band with a bass guitar and a kick drum and all that other bottom end that's there, your sound has to be a particular sound for it to work. Whereas when you're listening to the guitar just by itself, and it can take up the whole frequency spectrum. This is the depth pop. People just go whoop and turn it right up, right? Because all that bottom end is there. They can take it,
Yeah.
Yeah, but the other thing is like if you don't have a depth circuit, you're going to EQ your amp a certain way.
That's true.
So if you have the depth circuit in and you EQ your amp a certain way, guess what? You take that depth circuit out, and it's going to be anemic sounding to you. Until you then turn the bass up and you turn the mid down some and you turn the treble down some. And then all of a sudden, I've evened it out. And then it sounds really good.
Yeah.
But there's another part of it because the negative feedback itself is a huge part of the depth circuit.
Sure.
So I mean, you're talking like a 47K on an 8 ohm tap with a 1 meg depth circuit. Okay. It's going to be super dark, right?
Yeah.
If you have it's a higher value, but it's called less negative feedback. It's more raw. You're going to get more bottom. It's going to be brighter. So there's like a balance there too.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But I mean, even on a circuit that has 4 ohm tap with a 47K, I still find I want to turn it off.
Well, that's super dark though. I mean, if you a
4 ohm tap with a 47K,
that's a lot of negative feedback, right?
No, very little.
47K on a 4 ohm tap would be heavy negative feedback. I think
47K on a 16 ohm tap would be a lot of negative feedback.
I could be wrong. I think that's less negative feedback because it's brighter.
No, opposite.
Other way, yeah. 4 ohms, the brighter one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then 100K and 4 ohm is the least amount, pretty much, like an 800.
Like an old plexi.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't had that. I don't know. Maybe the circuits. I haven't had that happen like that. It's been years since I've done those.
No, that's pretty much correct. Yeah. You can even measure it.
Yeah, you'll find obviously like when you go between values of like, let's say you go between like, I don't know, something like 27K all the way up to 100K on the 4 ohm tap. It's a really big, that's a really big kind of sweep there.
Right.
In the amount you get. That's why like obviously when you're on like a, you know, an 800 that's got like the 100K on the 4 ohm tap, it's just like, it's gritty as fuck. But then if you drop it down, let's say you go down to like 27K on the 4 ohm tap, it does start to warm up, you know, like quite noticeably at that point, you know, whereas when you're on the 8 ohm tap, you've got to make bigger changes to make that kind of bigger noticeable change. Yeah, okay. Exactly.
Yeah. You know? But as you go up,
it's something you can scope.
Value, right? More negative feedback, right?
Yeah,
as and I mean, up in the value, it's more negative feedback. Or no.
If you lessen the value. But it's something you can actually scope this, right? And actually you can see what the signal level coming through that. Yeah, you can measure the voltage that's coming and see what the signal level is. So here's a question. We're going to go down this rabbit hole.
Yeah.
If you matched the signal level by changing the negative feedback resistor and the tap and made them the same, so the signal level was the same, but it's a different tap and a different resistor value, does it sound different?
I've played around.
You really have to match it.
Yeah.
Does it sound different? Well, that's a very good question.
Yeah.
In the
you know what I mean, though, right?
In the past, I have said that the taps, I like changing the taps more than I like changing the resistor.
I do too. That's what I do.
But you know, lately I've been not rethinking that a little bit. So some of the amps I've done recently, I've made a negative feedback with just a resistor, and I've done it off actually the 16 ohm tap, but then. So I essentially had it like 150K was the
biggest range there, right?
Value. Basically, it was 3 47Ks in series, and then the switch would switch between all the different ranges there. So it was essentially a 47K off 16, 100K off 16, or 150K off 16.
Yeah.
And in actuality, I mean, I like the 150K more, but that switch is useful. It's cool.
Yeah, I mean, also if you kind of like go somewhere in the middle, like with an 8 ohm tap, and you put a variable negative feedback pot, like I do that on tons of mods.
Same.
You know, and it's like I'll put like, you know, you can do anything from like you know, you can do like a 250K pot, a 500K pot. You can go big on it. I mean, there's going to be a point where you just kind of reach the end of it, you know, before you get to 500K for sure. But I mean, but obviously once you get to a point where you've got less negative feedback to work with anyway, you know, you're getting that kind of full bandwidth sound anyway. You've got that big bottom end, you've got the big top end. And I always find that for me, anytime I've played
a depth circuit doesn't even work then. A depth circuit doesn't even work. Then.
That's right. You haven't got anything to work with, you know, with the depth filter anymore, because it's like everything's coming through at that point.
Yeah.
And I usually find that in a band situation, once you kind of get somewhere close to that point, that sounds to me a lot more usable than, say, a lot of negative feedback and then a really turned up depth pot. That's been my experience, because like I always found like whenever I was using the depth pot at home, I was bumping it up to get that nice big full sound in the room. But then when you get on stage, then you're like,
it just gets in the way of all the other. It gets in the way of the other bottom end that's meant to be.
It's just a bit too thick. It's not quite present enough at that point. And
you got to bring the presence up.
Yeah, you get the presence up and everything. And if you've got too much of that depth happening, for me, I just, you know, I end up liking to get the negative feedback up higher and just get that more gritty, aggressive sound.
You end up with that era of Metallica where there was no bass guitar in the mix because the guitars are just taking the whole lot.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I mean, like I'm not a huge user personally of the depth control. Like I do use it and I put it in all my mods and everything, but like I always find that I'm using it quite minimally, but I do play really loud. So like I'm not playing very, very quiet. Like even at home I will play like deafeningly loud. So it's one of those things where as soon as you start getting the volume up nice and high, you get so much chunk off the power section anyway that at that point that's doing a lot of the heavy lifting. I might only use the depth up to like 9 o'clock or something, or 10 o'clock maximum, and if it's a 1 meg pot and like with a big cap on it, and even then I might just prefer a smaller value cap on it, you know, or even
it is a good thing to have some adjustment there. Like I find like you do, you know, if you take your rig to different rooms, different stages, they all sound and respond differently, right? Some of them are really boomy and whatever, so you want to actually wind some depth out, you know.
The interesting thing is
describe that like go
ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I always describe like the negative feedback control that I do to customers. I always say you can use it to like basically fine tune the sound of the amp to the room you're playing in, to the cab you're using. You know, you play some stages where the stage is really hollow underneath and the bass.
This is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Really weird. Yeah. And then you play totally places and you're on a flat rock hard floor on the ground and it's a totally different bottom end. And, you know, just a few little adjustments to that control, I mean, is a lifesaver sometimes. You know, it's the difference between, you know, if you couldn't do that, you'd be, you know, having to screw up your EQ settings, or the sound guy would be forcing you to mic it differently, and it's a game changer.
100% agree, man.
Yeah, it's really useful.
Sorry, Dave, you were going to say something?
Yeah.
I already forgot what I was going to say. So
all good.
Each their own.
Don't worry, we've got plenty of time left.
It's interesting with the EQ settings, though. You know, so with no negative feedback, or not no negative feedback, with no depth control or resonance or whatever you want to call it, you're gonna, if you just have it off and you just go at the amp. How do you get the low end out of it? How do you get this? Well, you EQ it differently. Your mids are much lower than they would be. Your presence and treble are lower than they would be. And once you do that and you start there, if you still have that control, if you want a little bit after you get the sound you like, just add a little tiny bit in. But you don't have to start with that control like at max and then you're doing the opposite with EQs. Then you're like, oh, it's got so much low end. Let me give more mids to it, and let me give more of this to it, and more of that to it, and you're just giving more and more and more, and you don't need to do that.
Yeah. I mean, Ian O'Rourke in the chat here says speakers, people, they make a big difference, especially with the depth pot. I mean, greenbacks, I would probably never run a depth pot at 10 with greenbacks. So it's just, you know, there's that too. Yeah.
Yeah, some speakers actually kind of simulate that depth sort of response on their own in a little bit. Like if you play G1265s, the bottom and the low mids, there's something there that gives you that kind of fullness. And I almost never need to run hardly any depth with those speakers. Like, you know, it doesn't matter whether it's a 4x12 or a 2x12 with those. I'm always really running it low, even when I'm at low volume. But then, you know, if you play something that doesn't quite have the bottom end naturally in their voicing and has a really edgy sort of voicing, then that's probably where your depth is maybe going to come into use a bit more, because it'll also take a little bit of that strident top away, which can be quite good. You know, if you end up with a really harsh set of vintage 30s, the depth can actually kind of adjust that harshness out of it. If you
Celestion has adjusted that out of him now in the new ones.
yeah.
New ones sound good for sure.
Supposedly the new ones are actually kind of dark.
Yeah, that's okay. That's good.
Yeah, but I mean, that's a good thing. My old ones are really dark, so I mean, that's kind of accurate then.
Yeah.
They're great.
They're certainly not harsh. That's for sure.
But I always look at the all the guitar sounds that you grew up on that you look up to. None of them had depth circuits.
Yeah.
Just have a shitload of volume.
You know, so I'm just stating.
Yeah, they just had tons of volume, and you know,
yeah,
that made up for it.
I guess is it the 5-band EQ and the Mark Series amp? Is that what we have to blame for?
Well, I mean, yeah, sure. And in reality, though, like a graphic EQ like that actually works better than the depth circuit.
I agree. I like it more.
Fucks up the negative feedback circuit, so.
Yeah,
it would be better actually to put an EQ in your amp and have the bands that you want to boost that.
Yeah. What do you guys think of the you know, the gyrator circuit that they use in the in some of the Marshalls, like the JVM and the JCM 2000? They use like a gyrator based like inductor based depth. It's a little bit different to, you know, like a standard, you know, cap and a pot.
I don't know if they did it that well, but it works. It works. But I mean, you need to tune it though a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just a switch, and it was like, boom.
Yeah, the switch was too much. I think when they did the reissue of that, you know, the DSL HR, is it the DHL one? Yeah, DSL 100 HR. Like that one's got the adjustable version of the same thing.
Oh, okay.
And then they made the JVM the same way. The JVM's got the adjustable version, which is a lot more usable. In that amp, I quite like the depth that they did, or resonance as they call it, or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, it's quite usable because it doesn't seem to completely screw up the negative feedback.
It doesn't screw up the phase relationship that sometimes the negative feedback does. Yeah. I would prefer that.
I mean, obviously there's like some that do that sort of thing a little bit slightly different, but a similar way. Like the Diesel has got like the big inductor in it. This is like insane.
Diesel's a little intense.
It's so intense. I mean, it's like the thing is like you can actually feel the inductor vibrating when it's turned on. You know,
you can actually feel the cabinet vibrating across your floor when you're hitting a note too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's like an earthquake when you palm mute with that thing turned up. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's like such
the last time I heard one of those cranked in a room, I had to leave the room because it was like getting hit with a baseball bat. It was so loud.
Yeah, you feel like you need the toilet after it straight away.
Oh, it was the dude had one of those. Is it the Hagen or the Hagen? And it's like the 180 watts or something.
Oh yeah.
Into two 4x12s and just.
Oh yeah, they're monstrously powerful power sections on all those amps, like the VH4, the Herbert, the Hagen. I modded like a bunch of those things over the years, and
I mean, at that point, you know, I understand the headroom argument, right? That's all cool, right? But when it's cranked, man, it's so loud you can't even hear it. Like it's just, you know what I mean? Like it gets it through that threshold to the point of pain. You can't even hear the guitar anymore. It's just a noise, you know.
Yeah, I think with those amps also, like that headroom kind of design with them is that they sort of sound the same way when they're louder as they do when they're down low. It's just they sort of stay the same. I don't know. It's a massively huge difference when you turn like a VH4
I know what you mean. Like you don't get to
it doesn't transform like when you turn a plexi like on 10, you know.
So different. It doesn't get all juicy like that, right?
No, it just stays like
stays dry. I'm gonna hit a couple of super chats here, guys. So these guys are going to the effort of putting these in. So John, thanks, man. It's a question for Dave. Recently got a JEL20, great little amp. Curious why there is no 4 ohm tap.
Well, originally we had made the runt amps that didn't have that. Technically, the transformer has it, and the wire is in the amp. So if you really, really need your 4 ohm tap, I use 16 ohm cabs and 16 ohm speakers. So I kind of thought it was definitely like useless to me. But there's apparently so many people that have 8-ohm cabinets that aren't in my universe because I don't use 8-ohm cabinets.
No, like Mesa cabinets or something like that.
And so that's why. But if you really want to, I can tell you which 2 wires to swap, and you can swap the 16 for 4 if you want.
You know, the
wire is in there. Later amps, we've changed that. So
those little baby Marshalls have a 4-ohm tap as well.
It was also about the impedance selector at the time, and the room on the back. It was like there wasn't a great impedance selector to choose from, so we just used a 2-position rocker switch instead.
Yeah, that's right.
We didn't have room for like 5 jacks. There's a lot of, if I had to do it differently today, I've figured it out, but yeah. So sorry.
can be added if you need it.
I can change it if you want.
Yeah, I did that. I think it might have been a Marshall Origin, but that output transformer has a 4-ohm tap on it. That's not connected. Does
the Origin only have 16 and 8 too?
Yeah, because it just has the jacks, I think.
Oh, okay.
1 16 and 2 for 8, and that's it.
Yeah. There you go. I copied them. No, I didn't copy them because that wasn't out then, I don't think.
But your amp sounds good, man. I like that. Like an Origin.
And basically it was based on those designs, so we didn't change anything since then. So
yeah. All right. John, hey dude. I hope you're doing well, man. Just want to say big thanks to Jason for the Alta 100. Yeah, man. I'm so stoked that you're enjoying it and using it. John's actually on, if anyone wants to check it out, he's on a live stream channel called OU812. And I think you guys go live 3 times a week.
Oh, nice.
Which is
3 times a week?
Yeah, they do a lot of playing. Like they've got the
I'm like, what are you talking about 3 times a week?
No, they do a lot of live playing actually. It's interesting channel. They're all Van Halen nuts, of course, which is
good stuff.
I gotta just put this on for the screen for a second. This guy Ben, I don't know, maybe every YouTube channel has one of these guys. He's my dear friend. No, I don't even know him, but he comments on every single video that I ever put out and always says tube amps are dead, they're dying, and digital is the future, and blah blah blah. But he's always fucking here watching tube amp. Tube amp videos. I know what you really love, man. We all know.
We know.
We all know the truth.
You like the real thing?
You like the real thing, dude. Yeah. Why have a copy when you can have the real thing?
There you
go. Okay. Question for Dave, but I'll put this out to anybody. Any mods that could be done to the Mojave Scorpion? Looking for an 800-ish tone. Anyone know that amp?
I have done mods on Mojave amps. God forbid if you have to drill through the chassis.
Oh,
stainless
steel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's literally like it's like you can't drill. You can drill through it eventually, but oh my god! I mean, it's like a bulletproof vest or something. It's like
you gotta have like cobalt bits, right, to get through.
Holy shit! It's terrible. Yeah. I mean, assuming I don't know the exact circuit that's in there, but I'm assuming that it's like the other ones I've worked on. So yeah, it can be changed to anything you want it to be, really.
Do you got any time to do it, Dave? So this guy emailed me. Okay.
No.
He emailed me and I was like, man, I'm not really taking in stuff right now. I told him to hit up you, Dave.
Well, the problem is like there's some stuff that I legitimately need to take care of that have been sitting here for an exorbitant amount of time. And I really need to try to take care of those things and get them off my plate. If I were to get some of this backlog off my plate, then yes. but it's another guy that helps me sometimes, and he's been gone on tour a lot, so he hasn't been here. So it's like nothing's getting done. I mean, a few things are getting done, but I need his help. And I have so many new products that I got to work on too. So it's like killing me for some other stuff.
Stuff piles up.
Yeah.
Too much to do, man.
If any of you want to come over here and work for a while, I'm fucking down.
My plate's
well.
full as fuck.
Jason, you want to get out of winter?
If you ever need any remote help, man,
you want to get out of winter for a couple weeks? Come over.
yeah, dude. Maybe. We might be able to arrange that. Yeah. Well, I got a multiple entry visa, so I come and go as I please.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Actually, my transit through LA last time was really easy. I think I might have told the story about when I tried to come in December, and I nearly missed my connecting flight, and it was the guy gave me the 3rd degree and wouldn't let me in. But this time it was just super easy. It was
well, that's good.
Much better experience.
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
With what's going on.
I was ready. I was prepared. Like I had all my documentation.
They're sending you back to Australia.
Yeah, well, man, I was worried about
turning you around.
Believe me.
I wouldn't doubt it. I've no stories about that happening to people.
Well, I was getting people telling me. Brad for one, but he pinging me the week before I left. He's like, "Man, I know someone that got turned around." Fucking hell. Anyway, it was all good. Lots of people here loving the Jose, Dave. So this is all
awesome.
Cool. Yeah. And there's a question here from Braxel. If I put the Tone King Tube Pre in the effects loop of the Jose, will it hurt my Jose tone?
No, you can use the Tone King to switch between the preamp of the Jose and the Tone King preamp, and it'll work great. Won't hurt anything. It's all passive.
Does that Tone King preamp have like they had it in the synergies, didn't they? Where you could kind of like
it has the switching.
Yeah.
But it's completely passive. So they did it in a completely passive way, so there's no coloration whatsoever.
Like it's
more
less
of a coloration than the Synergy has.
Because the Synergy is has a buffered.
There's a tube buffer.
Yeah.
So technically it colors it slightly, but it's good. It's fine.
Yeah.
Joe Wyatt did a video, I think, where he showed a Tone King with the Jose and switching between them.
Okay.
A little clip or something out there.
Oh, you should check it out. That's Braxel to go and have a look at that clip, man.
Yeah, he might have seen it already. That's why he might have been asking.
Oh, right. Okay. The preamp, man. I'm back into it. After the build trip to the US, I had to put it to the side because just like Dave, there's only one of me. So everything that needs doing here is relying on me. But man, we're getting real close. In fact, I'll show you.
Ooh.
Nice. Very nice.
Look at that.
So cool, it's 3-channel all MIDI.
That's interesting.
On the back, it's got the 2 notes. 2 notes back in. So
you want me to mess you up right now?
No. I know you're doing one, right? Dave?
No. You should have reversed the power and the input.
Oh, why?
Because standard rack practices is power. If you're looking at the front, power is on the right. Hence, on the back, on the left.
I'm at the bathroom.
Inputs and audio is on the left.
Well, my X effects here has got the power on the left and the input on the right.
Well, they're fucked.
Quite successfully fucked though. Yeah.
No, literally.
Well, I laid it out the same way.
All the audio is generally on. Well, if you're looking at the back of the rack, it's on the right hand side, but in front of the rack, left side. It's
laid out like my amp is, but it has an input on the back as well, so you don't have to plug in from the front.
Right.
You can get your guitar input on the back will override the input on the front will override the input on the back.
You just have to reverse it all.
Yeah. No, I'm not doing that. Not now. Right. Where are we at? Bruce. How are you, Bruce? Man, amazing. You're here. Martial development over the decades was pretty much the Wild West. No explanation for what.
Yep.
They did.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
we've all seen some really weird shit.
I like it when you get an old amp and the you look below that capacitor we were talking about on the third stage, and that resistor is not 820 ohms. It's not 1K. It'll be 10K.
Yeah.
Whoops. I've seen that multiple times.
Yeah. There's some really
It's like, oh, that amp never sounded good. Now
No.
I know why.
No.
It's like when you get the ones where they build it on a Friday afternoon and they use like, I've seen one that had plate resistors that were like 68K when they should have been 100
Across
like
the whole board.
Across the whole board. Or you get one amp, I had one that had instead of 0.022s in all the positions, it had 0.1s.
Yeah. Oh, I got. I had one of those. I had one of those, and I had all 82K resistors.
Yeah.
For the plate resistors. Yeah.
Yeah, 82Ks. Yeah, they come up sometimes.
And I've had multiple amps that had the wrong resistor on the cathode follower there that I was just talking about. It was a 10K instead of a 1K or 820 ohm.
That's gonna sound like shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like really old amps. They've always been that way. And it never sounded good to the client. I wonder why.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly.
Yeah, you see things that are really overlooked, like you know, like the phase inverter cap, the fizz cap, the 47 PF, cap. Like I've had some that were completely bone stock, and you'll find like a 250 PF or a 270 PF there, and it's like it's no wonder it sounded dark, woolly, like it was softer in response and stuff. There's things that they just, you can tell they just thought, oh fuck it, it's Friday afternoon, we want to go out for a beer.
Yeah, we're going to the pub.
Well, they probably had lunch.
They
probably had lunch beers as well, man.
Yeah.
Came back on a Friday either.
There's some brilliant things like that. In those amps,
Want to go out and have some more. Never get your amp built on a Friday afternoon.
No. You get like the also the other one that I saw at one time was the 330K resistor on the second preamp tube socket instead of the 100K.
Oh yeah, right.
330K there instead of 100.
That plate resistor.
That'll throw things off a little bit.
On a plate resistor?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, that'll be radically different.
Yeah. That's not subtle, at all.
No. How did it sound, man? I'm interested. Probably sounded all right.
It didn't sound terrible, funnily enough.
Yeah, I bet.
It didn't sound bad. I mean, it didn't sound
it's
like
just
it
not.
should.
It just doesn't sound like that amp's meant to sound like that.
Yeah, it sounded more harsh in the top end. I mean, straight away, high plate resistor. You get more of that kind of, jaggy top end happening. So
yeah,
definitely at that point as well.
Yeah, and we've got all the legendary techs here on the chat. So Lyle's here, man. Great to see you, Lyle.
Nice.
How you doing, dude? Yeah, Brad's saying that he got told my 74 super bass is trash because it's PCB. Yeah,
well,
you got to love it, man. Well,
Brad, you don't have to throw it in the bin. You can just send it to me.
Yeah,
correct.
Yeah. I'm closest,
Or
man.
Dan.
Send it to me.
Yeah,
Brad. Yeah, Jason's a lot closer. I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm not throwing mine in the trash.
I'll take good care of it.
Now, I must say, the circuit board on a 1974 Marshall is utter crap.
It's dog shit.
you can say
Which, if you look at it the wrong way, it will come off. The traces will come off the board.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've modded so many of them things, and they're just agony.
Yeah, I always like heat the parts up from the top and pull it upward, because doing it any other way, a lot of times we'll just kill the trace, and it still might kill the trace.
Yeah, I was going to say, even on that early PCB,
it helps
still
to heat it up from the top and pull it, because you're pulling upward instead of pushing it down, and that's when it lifts. But often underneath, you just got wires tacked between things, and
the whole amp's point to point.
Disaster. At that point, it's point to point. Yeah.
I spend most of my days like with old amps, like scraping away to get some fresh copper to solder to on the underside. You know,
exactly.
Scrape away with like a knife and tin it and solder to that, and it's just we know that. But it works great, but you know, it just adds a shitload of time to the job. Like I could have probably done 2 amps in the time I did 1, you know, but what can you do? You can't charge more for it at that point.
Well, this is right, man.
Yeah,
this is the
customer didn't know about it.
This is the thing about getting into doing when you're working on that old stuff. You never know quite what you're going to find when you get into it.
It gets easier the more you do it.
Part of the deal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, Jason. Jason, hold on. Bring up the comment from Walrus at 6:15 p.m. and don't read it. Just bring it up for a second.
6:15. I don't know. Well, mine's here. I'm an AM here, man. So was that 7:15?
Oh shit! Walrus said it at 6:15 p.m. my time. But anyway, it's what we were talking about, the tube amps and then the modeler stuff. Mm-hmm. If you can see that, just don't.
How long
say
ago?
It.
Oh, so that would be 8:15. Is it? Oh, just way down, way down. I'm so far back in the chat.
There you go. Okay, don't read it. That's how I feel about it too.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got a great internet meme picture of something to do with that.
I think I've seen that. Well, I've seen it. I think I know the one you mean. Tracy's here. Hey, dude. Hey, so Tracy's building a Mojave JCM 800 kit. I think it's a 50 watt, isn't it, Tracy?
Yeah, 2204.
2204.
I think.
So, man, when you're when you get that thing up and running, you're gonna come back on this panel, and we're gonna do we'll go around the grounds here, and like everyone has to suggest the first mod. What's the first mod that he's gonna do?
5 gain stages, switchable master volumes, 2 bucket loop, full clean channel.
That's 20 holes. That's a really good first mod.
Yeah,
good first mod, man. Just make it a 3 channel.
Sure it'll work after it's done.
Yeah, straight in the deep end.
That's a good one to think about, though, right? Like for the next one, like what is the best bang for buck mod? Simple to do to a
22.4. I know what that is.
I know what you're gonna say too. I'm pretty sure I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say change the first coupling cap.
Coupling caps and negative feedback.
Change the first coupling cap, change the gain stage on the second thing, and then
and then you're off to the races.
Yeah, you're off to the race. Well, maybe change the resistor to ground across the pod or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
JEL.
Yeah.
Best bang for the buck.
You can't go wrong with
doing that. You know, can't go wrong with it.
I agree.
Works.
You can make variations on that though. That work. You just got to maybe even decrease the coupling value more if you do.
Here's an interesting comment from Brad. We'll just get back into the techie stuff here. Solid state rectifier in his own Dirty Shirley build made it a bit firmer, but not a massive difference.
No, it doesn't make that much of a difference.
No. Change the voltages in the amp, won't it?
It changes the voltages in the amp. It doesn't make a radically difference between the two. No, the rectifier is ever so slightly squishier, but not massively.
Probably filtering would make the biggest difference, I would think, right?
Yeah, I mean the filtering is still all the same, so you know.
Yeah.
The old JTM 45 filtering. So
yeah, it's not a heavy filtered amp, is it? It's
no, not at all.
gooey.
It's squishy and fun to play.
Yeah, it's so much fun to play that thing.
You played one of those?
Boosted.
Have you played one of those? Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah, I worked on a couple of them, and they're brilliant. It's great fun. It's especially nice when you get it turned up loud.
Yeah, you turn it up and you keep the gain around 6-ish, 7-ish, somewhere in there, and then just it just smack the chord, and it just gives you that gush.
Yeah.
That gushy thing.
Yeah, it takes boosts really good too.
Yeah, a lot of people like that for the more vintagey. A more vintagey guy really likes that amp. You know, a more guy that's more he's not a high gain, super high gain guy or anything. You know, they love that amp. Although I've had guys that like it can be really interesting feeling when you boost it because it's got this squishy feel, but you can get it into this really tight range if you boost it with a certain boost.
Yeah.
And then it's a really weird thing. It's like, wow, it's almost like Metallica, but it's got this gushy feel. Like it's cool.
Yeah, it's a really fun one. And if you when you look at that circuit, if it you see like things like certain kinds of filtering and stuff like that happening, and it kind of if you play around with that kind of thing in slightly higher gain designs, that can also be really, really fun. There's limits obviously if you start making the gain too thick or whatever,
sure,
the gooey feel can throw things off. But if you kind of make a fairly lean high gain amp but with that kind of filtering, it's tons of fun.
Yeah, super fun. Feels good.
Yeah, it's effortless to play.
Yeah, I like that amp.
Dan, what do you got behind you, man?
You
got an amp behind you.
Yeah, there's not two amps behind me today. So this one is a I think this is probably like the first ever Killer Cali mod that I ever did.
Sweet.
Is
that your own amp?
Probably like 91 or 92 plexi reissue. And it's like completely filled. It's 3 channels. It's like the whole front is drilled, the whole back is drilled. It's ridiculous. I think it's got like 7 12X7s in it or something like that.
Holy shit!
Yeah, it's crazy shit. It's got a full blown Fender Deluxe like clean channel in it, with all the EQ, and then it's got switchable masters, tube loop, external bias. It was basically like a Swiss Army amp for me, because it was my given amp. And it's just got like everything in there. It just sounds killer. It's still it's like I've rebuilt it a few times over the years. Like, so it's gone through a few different sort of revisions and changes and everything. And like the main thing with it is it's like 4 gain stages, plate driven. It didn't used to be. It used to be cathode follower plus 4 gain stages, but now it's plate driven. And just sounds great and plays good. It doesn't have like on a lot of those amps I'll put like vintage caps and like old mustards and stuff like that in there, but it's got current production stuff in this one, and it's just so burnt in that I just the tone and response of it is just killer. I never felt like messing with it too much further. It's great. And I mean I'm at my girlfriend's place right now, so this is like I've got one head and I've got one 2x12 cabinet that's got some old G1265s in there, and then my trusty Charbel to go with it, the Seafoam Green.
Great color.
Yeah, it's a beauty.
Man, I'm just looking at that guitar, man. Is that?
Yeah.
What year is that?
It's actually I think it's like a 2010 or a 2011 Charbel. It's gone through a couple of necks. It had a Japanese neck on it and everything, but it's got
a recessed. It's the Floyd's recessed.
Yeah, it's got a recessed Floyd on it and everything, and it's got some killer bare knuckles that Tim and the boys made for me that have got the Gower logo
on there.
Nice. Yeah, it's got the Gower logo. Like, so it's a good combination, But that and the Modded Marshall.
So you
always
need,
does
man.
the trick.
That guitar, I'm so into that guitar. That's
it's one of my. It's definitely one of my favorites.
Speaking of guitars, what's the deal with that guitar, Shay? The one that Jason played in that vintage.
Oh Marshall? Yeah, man. Yeah, let's talk about that.
I'll grab it too. It's right over here. So okay,
You got to see.
let me just grab it.
Go and grab it, man.
Yeah.
That amp and that guitar together, the combo sounded amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, how clean was that 74? That amp?
Super
Freakishly
clean.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm going to move the microphone out of the way here and just show it.
What is that? Like a creamish color with a tortoise?
It's more a yellow, isn't it? In real
yellow, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Turn this light off here.
It's getting the yellow's getting washed out a bit.
Yeah.
That's killer.
So what's
That was like an absolute riff machine.
So it's a Jazzmaster neck on what it was a body that was from Warmouth. Was that it?
Yeah. So
Alder or
so it's an Alder Warmoth body. Graffiti yellow. It's just got a single humbucker routing in here, and then the pick guard was done by Trevor Healy at Healy Guitars on the East Coast. This was a very expensive pick guard. Probably the most I've ever paid for one, but it's beautiful, man. He polished it, and it's real nice material. The back is all shielded, and it was actually there was this guy. So how these guitars got started again was there was this guy on YouTube, Little Red Guitars, and he started making these, and they were making these out of the Fender custom shop in the early 2000s.
all right.
So Blink-182, some pop punk bands, but the builder was named Alex Perez that was doing them.
Right. I know him.
Yeah.
And he did like the John 5 guitar.
Yeah.
A lot of the signature stuff. But yeah, this is basically just one of those builds. DIY. The neck is from eBay, from Stratosphere.
Just a standard Jazzmaster.
Yeah, just like a Fender Jazzmaster USA neck, and it's cool to build these. It's so fast. Yeah, like it literally takes me 2 hours to put this guitar together. So,
and what's the pickup?
It is a Invader, a covered Invader.
You're kidding me. An Invader, really?
Invader. But
holy shit,
that thing can work good.
The Invader has a certain sound, but also if you bring it away from the strings, like it sounds kind of normal. If you get it real close to the strings, it's just going to be woofy and tight and all that shit, or like glassy, high gain. But if you take it away from the strings, it cleans up just like a normal pickup does. So
well, into that stock 4-input amp that you guys had in that video, man, that thing ripped. That sounded amazing into that amp. Did you see that video?
It was beast.
Did you see that video they did?
Yeah, it was killer.
Yeah. It sounded killer, didn't it?
Yeah, massive tone.
Yeah, I was like, what's in that guitar?
Yeah. Jason played the shit out of that guitar the whole time he was here.
Yeah.
This like made me want one. maybe I should build one.
Man, the build cost is about $1,200 to $1,300.
I think you can do it cheaper though, because you can get Alder bodies with it has a trem bridge though. But you can get Alder bodies with a trem bridge off of what's that site? Guitar Fetish.
Yeah,
painted.
One of those. Yeah,
and it's painted. It's like $110 painted Alder with a trem bridge and just like flat the trem bridge.
The Warmoth stuff is nice though, man.
Yeah, it's good.
It is so nice quality. I've built, so that's the fourth one I've built. I've done some other ones too that are really cool. I'm gonna grab one more. To show you.
While you're doing that, I got a Strat neck done.
I like it how the cat's chilling there.
Just that's Bruiser. That's his name, Bruiser.
Bruiser's just chilling.
Bruiser. I got the Strat neck from Warmouth, which is it's roasted maple, just unfinished, right? Because roasted, you don't, and it's amazing. Like, I just have it on like.
No, they make good stuff. They've always made good stuff.
And it has the one that I've got has that little. It's got the truss rod fine tune adjustment.
Ooh, sparkle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this one. Yeah.
Let me try to get the. I don't know if I can get the.
That's your thing.
There we
go.
Yeah. What's the pickup in this one?
This is a
an EMG, is it?
Fishman Modern Influence, whatever. Not a big fan of it, but it looks really good with the guitar. It's okay.
Yeah, it looks killer.
Yeah, man. Yeah, these are super fun to make, man.
Yeah.
See, now I want one. I still want one. Do I need one?
Piecing together guitars is so much fun. Most of all my guitars are pieced together.
The next thing I have coming, the prototype's gonna get finished soon. Friedman's gonna make a limited run of Star guitars.
Sweet.
With graphics.
Very cool.
A very limited run.
Yeah.
And we have the body and neck now, and they're already making it off one old picture of an old Star guitar with this weird lightning bolt graphic that I found, and I was like, let's do that.
Yeah.
That sounds
Star guitars need to make a comeback.
Yeah.
I just did it I'm just doing it for fun, It's just like, hey, let's make a run of 10 of them or something and make every guitar a different graphic. So then everyone has, it's like, I don't know what all the graphics will be yet, but we're going to do it.
It sounds cool. All right, guys, we've got a question here about speakers. And Ampman 50 is asking, what are our thoughts on the Celestion speaker, the G1280, which Marshall used these for about 4 years, late 70s into the early 80s?
Love them.
The old ones are cool.
Yeah.
From that era, they're cool.
Yeah. I've had loads of sets of those things, but weirdly enough, they're the only Celestion that I've consistently blown up, which is really weird because they're 80 watts a piece, and I've blown up like 4 of them.
You did say before you like to play loud, so
you do. Yeah, you do play loud. Well, that's sort of similar. A vintage 30 is like a 70 watt speaker, right, or something, and the only speakers that ever blow up in my cabs that are combo cabs with greenbacks in that are the vintage 30.
Oh, weird.
Why is that? Why is not the greenback blow up? Greenbacks, I swear to God, just don't blow up ever.
No, I've never blown up greenbacks.
I mean, they just work. I mean, I've had old ones that have blown up, but that's old. But newer ones,
isn't that interesting?
Pound the living shit out of them.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Did you see the Johann Segborn or whatever guy, and him trying to blow up the greenback?
No, I haven't.
More and more. He did it with a single greenback, and he put more and more wattage into the single greenback.
Yeah.
Until eventually he had a 100-watt amp going into the single greenback.
It was like,
and you hear it
smoke.
No, for a long time it was great. It was fine for a long time, but eventually it croaked.
When it started to go, it really went.
But he did a whole video on that, and he's doing it in stages as it goes along, and see how far it lasts. It was a great video.
That's cool. He's got tons of good videos.
He's got good videos, actually. I always like him.
His
useful
videos are brilliant. They're really useful because also he's done videos where he's shown different revisions of different speakers that are the same model.
Yeah.
Like he did one video where with the G1280s, funnily enough, where he was like demonstrating like the low resonance ones versus like the standard lead spec ones. And I mean, it's a huge difference in sound. But you might not ever have the chance to get one of each and know which one you'd like more. So
sure.
Saves you some money, watching these videos and buying the right thing.
Yeah, he does good. Why I like his comparison videos is, so he's just a decent player that will play the exact same riff every time when they're A-Bing things, and it's short and it switches fast.
Yeah.
If you're clip is too long and you're A-being a product, and then you go to another product, you lose perspective. You just need a short bar of stuff and then switch. A bar of stuff and then switch. You know, it's just, and it has to be simple. It can't be complicated. It can't be, there's no lead stuff. Forget any of that. It has to be rhythm.
He just gets it, doesn't he?
He gets it.
It's not like, and his passion for that, it comes through. You know, like, he just
We had him on Tone Talk. He was lovely. Lovely guy. I like him.
Yeah,
he's awesome. He always comes up with great ideas for his videos. You know.
Yeah, see, they're great.
Yeah, like
I like it. I love his channel.
Man, he was kind of like a pioneer in content too. I don't know if you remember, like 8 years ago, maybe 7 years ago, he would make a video. It would be like split into threes. It'd be a video of him playing the guitar and the sound, and they would have like some cinematic thing of some trees.
Yeah.
And people do that like crazy now, and nobody did that back then.
No one did that back then. When he did it, it was like, what the hell? And it's cool.
Fuck yeah, this is sick.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Lots of just interesting. There are lots of comments in the chat here about single channel amps. People freaking love them. Yeah.
Yep.
It's the one, man. I like this one from Lyle. Chewy should be the next solo switch. The next mod, man, we're gonna have a Chewy switch. Yeah. You should have that, man. You should put that on one of your amps, Lyle.
Yeah, but it has to be spelled like the pet.
Yeah.
The pet delivery.
Well,
Chewy. We have Chewy here. You'll know what it means. Right, Shay? Chewy? CHWY.
Yeah. If I did it on
food delivered.
No, I don't. I don't.
What's that? What shows that?
Chewy. There's a website here called Chewy, so it's a pet food delivery. It's like a pet supply place, right? So like anything you need at all, you need a litter box, you need the freaking dog food, you need whatever. It gets, you just go online, you just go click, 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 and you're.
This is like the Amazon of pet food.
Exactly. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, that's we don't have that here, but we have something real similar. Right. I'm getting into the next tech question here, guys. Rod's asking, what are your thoughts on 6L6s versus KT66s? Big difference or not enough to worry about?
Very similar.
Yeah.
I'd say so.
I mean, it's more like different brand. I mean, like if you took, I actually don't know how many people are making KT66s now, but I know China did and do again, I think. And
they do.
Who else was making KT66? It was Russia.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also,
probably.
I think those were the only two.
Yeah.
I mean, the differences between those two in themselves is as much of a difference as a KT66 is to a 6L6. But what 6L6 is the question, A JJ is different from a Chinese 6L6, from a 5881 clone something 6L6, whatever they're calling Electro-Harmonix 6L6s now.
Yeah.
Which I think basically they're all 5881s.
Yeah.
Which those aren't even 5881s. They're a Russian military tube that's something else. I don't. So the answer is not much, right?
Yeah.
No.
I wouldn't say too much.
Has anyone ever tried? So Sean's saying everyone uses 0.0047 on their depth circuit. He likes 0.0022. Has anyone gone that low?
Sure, it just shifts.
Yep.
Yeah.
It shifts the frequencies. I mean, Bogner used 500 picofarad.
Yeah.
You can use anything in that range.
If you like it, it's good.
You can use 00068 too, which I like. because it's way deep. It's not so in the mucky area. So
I use that for most.
Yeah. Some amps the 0022 works. Depends on your circuit.
Yeah.
But if you look like at Bogner Ecstasy, the 500 picofarad, it was interesting because they had a switch originally on the Bogner Ecstasy, and it was pretty much a one meg, all the way on or all the way off, kind of.
Yeah.
It was like a 1 meg across the 500 picofarad or not.
Is that the excursion? Is that the excursion switch, Dave?
Yeah.
Classic amp, that one.
Yeah, small value caps work cool there. You just, it's like when you got it turned up way higher, and you've got a smaller value cap, you find you get that kind of broader mid-range thing happening rather than the deep bass. The bigger the cap you go, the deeper the kind of the bass point.
It's interesting, like this series of comments in here in the chat that obviously were posted when we were talking about depth maybe an hour ago. It just shows you the variation that's out there. None of this will be surprising to anybody, right? But there's obviously dudes out there that just love that depth and that huge big.
Adam Jones uses his depth on a VH4 on 10.
Holy shit, really?
That was exactly what I was going to say. Really?
Yeah, that surprises me.
That
really,
seems
really
unusable.
Yeah.
I mean, he's blending it with that super lead or super bass converted to a super lead, but I find that surprising because that would just be so much bottom.
Is it
but then you got like guys like saying, like depth, no way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never run it past 9. Yeah.
I'm not saying you can't use it a little bit. I mean, sure. I just don't think it needs the range it has.
This is a good, like Alex is saying, man, if you're doing a mod or an amp where that stuff's not going to be adjustable, you have to settle on some fixed values, then what Alex is suggesting there is definitely gonna work.
Yeah, Alex, I used a 4N7 and 220K for years on the fixed values. Although now I feel like it's too much.
No shit.
Yeah,
I've done a few with 100, Dave. 100K with the
100K is better. 100K is better.
If you just need a little bit,
now I turn it off, and then just re-EQ the amp for because if you re-EQ the amp and you start pulling the mids down and you start pulling stuff down, then it's like it gets good. You play like that for a while, then if you turn the depth on, you're just like, that just sounds weird.
Yeah. Interesting. So Alex being Alex, because he goes down these rabbit holes, which we love. Our conversation about negative feedback and the taps. So also different between 50 and 100 watt. Yeah. You get 40 volts AC on the 16 ohms, whereas on 100 you'll get 28 on a 50.
Yeah, of course.
So that's the thing. You can, if you guys have got oscilloscopes, turn them on. We can get in there and have a look.
Yeah, you can see all this stuff happening.
Yeah. All right. So where are we, guys? I'm looking for something here. Anyone tried this, Alex? Dual gang master volume would be better for variable depth. When you're turning the volume up, it reduces the depth. Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
That's like the loudness button on a stereo, man.
Yeah. Cool. I saw that earlier. I was like, of course, then you drive yourself crazy getting the balance just right.
Perfect. Yeah. That'd be hard.
I mean, you'd literally drive yourself insane.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not quite enough now.
Well, if you got
change the value slightly on this pot, maybe it'll be better if I put this resistor across. Fuck.
Yeah, you got to fuck with tapers and all the other shit like that. It's better just to have it adjustable. Turn it up if you like it. Turn it down if you hate it, kind of thing. Simple.
It is.
One control. Like it's no big deal.
Yeah.
Just a shout out here to Bruiser.
He's sleeping now. He was watching us for a little bit.
Because he's making sure he got himself in the video. He knows what's what.
Yeah. We got a new kitten.
Yeah, you said that last time.
Man.
Yeah,
you mentioned that last time. How's that?
That's super fun for the older cat when the kitten is running around and decides to go full fly through the air on top of the back of the other cat. The other cat's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
No respect for the elderly.
No, leave me alone. Literally, like the little kitten goes from the calm and quiet and sleeping to did a line of coke,
running up your curtains,
or meth, and running fucking.
Yeah.
It's funny.
We haven't asked this question yet, have we? So, Goody Guitars is what is everybody drinking? Inquiring minds want to know. We haven't done the round the grounds yet.
Well,
what is everyone drinking?
What you got, Dan?
Well, I was drinking Union beer, Slovenian lager. So,
and now you're out.
Yeah, I'm out. I only had one in the fridge, so I'm gonna have to hit the whiskey or something soon.
Damn it!
I was, because it was just in the fridge here and didn't buy anything special. Was someone had given me this company called Bell's Two-Hearted IPA.
Oh yeah, that's big over here.
You know about Bell's? That's a back east thing. And Bell's is quite good.
Is it Indiana or high? I think that's Indiana. That's Midwest.
I don't know, but it's all Midwest. Like they have it in Michigan, I know. So I don't know how the guy even got it here, but he brought it to me, and it's like, oh yeah. I like that.
That one's big.
That's one of the few IPAs I actually like. Not really a big IPA guy, but I do like that one. I was drinking that, but I don't know if I should really be drinking because I'm.
It's either going to do you a lot of good or a lot of harm in your current.
Well, sometimes it helps your throat a little bit. Sometimes it's just So then when I got up, I switched to whiskey.
Yeah. Well, this is it. I was going to say, Shay. Every time I've spoken to you and you've had a cold or something, you're like whiskey. I
always drink I don't drink whiskey normally, but if I get sick, I drink whiskey. Don't ever take that advice. But it clears up your sinuses and your head. And
it does help sometimes. Yeah, it helps you feel a little bit better.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
I mean,
that's an old remedy.
That's an old remedy. People used to do the hot toddies and stuff at the tea or whatever. And
you just drink enough until you don't feel the symptoms no more.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't feel it anymore, you don't have it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Until you wake up the next morning and go,
yeah, and then you're like, fuck, I'm worse.
Twice as worse. Yeah.
I think I need a detox. I was like on the piss for like probably 16 days straight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when you get back, it's time for detox.
Yeah, I think I need like a home rehab.
Probably won't happen.
I do that, man. I do that all like last year. Last year I did, when me and Jason we had a lot of plans, and I was like, all right, I did 3 months stone cold sober, just cleaned up for 3 months straight, and got a lot of work done, which was great. And if you want to roll that way, it's not too hard, but
yeah,
you got to do it every now and again, though. You got to let your body chill out,
Yeah, for sure.
I'm drinking my senior citizen beers, of course.
Yeah, I don't want to call that a beer.
You don't.
I don't think we can call that a beer. Water actually might be closer.
Hydrating.
Not sure it's hydrating, but maybe you just need to pour electrolyte pack into that.
Good.
And then you'll get your hydration and your illusion of beer.
Somebody said diabetic beers, yeah. Jason, what are you on, the coffee?
Oh man, I had a coffee. I had 3 shots in this, which is now gone.
So no Bloody Marys this morning.
No Bloody Marys this morning. That was
soon you're going to be putting whiskey in your coffee for these mornings.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm just waiting for the.
That's when you need to go to rehab.
I'm waiting for the summertime, man, because it'll be better for me and better for Dan because you guys will come back an hour and I'll go forward an hour, so it'll be like hopefully back to an 8 a.m. start, and it'll be 9 p.m. start for Dan.
Hey, I can move mine around anytime you want.
Yeah,
it's all about you two top guys.
I know. We're the ones causing all the trouble.
Yeah, it's like how late does Dan want to stay up versus how early you have to wake up.
Yeah.
This is the earliest I'll do. I'm just gonna put it out there. Right?
Yeah, I didn't
this
think
is
you would
like
earlier.
I just hit my alarm for 6:30. I was thinking I never do that ever.
No.
Well, it's Monday. It's Monday for you. It's a work day, man.
I
When we get off this stream, you better get your ass to work, right?
Oh man, I am. I've got a 70. What is it? A 76 4-hole JMP, which is in bits. It's in pieces on my bench at the moment.
Oh, nice.
That's what I'll be doing today.
What are you doing?
It's been nice actually to get back into some. I was saying right at the beginning of the stream, actually getting back into some mods and stuff like that.
Sure, it's R&D.
Yeah, man.
That's what amp mods are. Research and development.
It's quite satisfying. Like I did a Dave. You know this because I sent you a picture of it. I had a guy sent me a Phil X.
Yeah,
that had been badly modded. This thing it had a hard life, and so I
modded and unmodded.
Yeah, but modded and then unmodded, and then the unmod, he fucked it up.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, the circuit wasn't right.
It's close, but not right.
Yeah, I had a closer look. There's some stuff in there that was not right. He had wrong pot values.
Oh, really?
EQ. Yeah. I had 500K linear treble pot and a 250 picofarad treble cap.
Oh, fucking way wrong.
Yeah, it was all over. It was all over the map. You know the cut switch. You have the cut switch on the mixer resistors.
Not on recent ones, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, this is
Old
probably
ones,
a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
This is a 2015, I think.
Yeah.
But man, it was just super satisfying putting that, like, just spending time getting that thing, and it was like a restoration job, you know. Just it's a vintage Friedman now. That thing.
Yeah.
It was super cool.
Those kind of jobs are fun.
What are you doing to the 76, Jason?
Man, I'm doing it's the second similar mod that I've done for this guy, which is he's kind of not a high gain guy.
Yeah.
He's an old school Malcolm Young, Angus Young kind of tones. So I'm putting a pre-tone stack Jose Master in it, but with the standard front end, no extra gain stage.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah. And a few other like tweaks just to kind of like optimize that. But it's that kind of like, man, it's a style of master. So everyone puts post-phase inverter masters in these amps, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which, as we know, like there's, you know, they do a pretty good job, but it screws with the negative feedback big time.
Yeah.
All that stuff. So yeah, this style of master volume, if you still just want to retain that lower gain, big open vintage Marshall sound, it's cool. So that's
I did exactly that to a 1959 Handwired that was sent to me probably a month before I broke up for the summer, and I went with a pre-tone state master in it. I ended up putting a couple of clipping options on a switch, just so they're there if you wanted it, and it's just nice that he's got the option there to make it a bit more saturated and gainy, and
I'm doing I got a push-pull CTS on the volume. I didn't do this for the first one I did for this guy, but I'm doing it for this guy. And then you put the four Zenas on it, and then you can ground it at the midway point, so you'll have two different
thresholds,
like a 12 volt / 24 volt setup or something like that.
Yeah, works great.
Yeah,
sure.
Cool. I pulled the CTS pot apart and changed the taper. It's like
nice.
A little trick I got off my friend Shay here. Yeah, linear. This one's a linear taper on this one, not reverse.
Oh, not reverse?
No, it's not. It's not a high gainer. It's this guy. He just wants a kind of plexi front end, but with the pre-tone stack. So, and I'm not going to go too hard on the diodes. So it's just I'm going to stay linear. I think
that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I use the linear just for availability on the Jose on the clipping.
Oh, cool.
One because I don't really have much of a choice. For the pots we used, I didn't have much of a choice. So
depends. Like you find that, and I think Shay, you said this to me ages ago, and it's been a good rule of thumb, right? Which was no diodes, and then obviously audio taper, 24 to 20-ish. Linear 12 volts and below reverse.
You can't really go wrong with
it. Pretty good rule of thumb there.
Yeah.
Although reverse works for even 20, but I always think the vast majority of people play this amp at a low volume.
Yeah.
So even any of them they seem like they're loud at low volume.
I mean, linear does it good.
Yeah,
audio you get. I mean, if you go into too low of a clipping, like you got to turn it up way up,
all the volumes right at the end. It's
nobody likes that.
It's a bit
nobody
weird,
likes that.
It's funny because they just don't like seeing it.
They don't like seeing it.
It's a weird thing. It's the same thing. They don't like seeing it.
Exactly. It's all the same.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
They just don't want to. They don't want to like accept that. That's fine. Okay.
Well, we see. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Dan.
Oh no, sorry, mate. I was just going to say, like, not all audio tapers are the same either. Some audio tapers are quicker than others.
Yeah.
So if you experiment with like different brands of pot, sometimes you find like for that, if there's an audio taper that comes on just a bit quicker, then it can sometimes be just what you want. But yeah, they're still going to have to turn it like past 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock to get loud,
What I recently got into was the fact that because we switched pots for the Jose and what we were going to use, and how much better these pots sounded than alpha pots. It was very interesting to me. They sounded so much richer and more solid sounding and like just sweeter. And I'm like, fuck, really? I even compared two amps with two different sets of pots in it, even with the values relatively matched and stuff. And I'm like, man, these new pots just sound so much better.
Yeah, I suppose when you think about it, at the end of the day, it's like resistors, isn't it?
Yeah. That was
like using two different brands of resistors throughout an amp, and
that's a huge difference.
Interesting point, Dan. Yeah. Well, I remember we had that long chat, Dave, when you first on the stream here.
Oh, right? God, when I first did the
prototype, and you used those PR series metal film.
Holy fuck, that was terrible.
Yeah.
I still use those for like B+ resistors and things. Yeah. I like them. But
I use them for
fuck audio. Ooh. Isn't good. And it's funny, I had another designer that go, well, the carbon film are so much noisier. I'm like, yeah, but they sound so much better. So what?
I don't think they're noisier.
Yeah, I don't think that the noise is a big issue between carbon film. If it's at least 1 watt, it's like,
I
don't really noisy resistors, are they?
Yeah, I don't think they really are either. But
no, I think
I specifically was working with someone and he had it spec'd for like metal film, and I'm like, no, change that. Yeah. He's like, really? I go, yeah. After the Jose thing, I was just like, yeah, nope, just sticking with what I know I like. So,
well, you can't go wrong with them, man.
Yeah,
I use those carbon ones too. They're fucking perfect.
Oh yeah, man, it's a standard. I've been buying them 1,000 at a time now.
Well, you have to.
You kind of have to, right? But man, if you get the common values, I mean, my box of 100K, my first box of 1,000, I'm through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go through them. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, that's all right. Randy wants to know, Dave, for the love
It's
of God.
coming. He already agreed to be on,
Please
so
get Joe
I just
Holmes
gotta
on.
like hook that up. Joe's a little technology deficient, so so like doing this is a little bit of a challenge. We
Doesn't
might
have a computer.
we might be doing it here together.
All right. Well, there you go.
So
Be really
although I
interesting.
gotta figure out a better mic setup to do that. I almost need 2 SM7s and like a little mixer, pre-mixer before it goes in. I got to figure that out.
Yeah,
I learned that from like doing the Jakey Lee thing with the SM7. It's like if someone's too far over, they can't hear the mic, and it's nah.
these are set. The SM7s need to be pretty close, don't they?
Need 2 mics. Either that, or I'll just use a condenser. But then it picks up all the room noise and anything else in your room. And
I got a question here about this Kelly. So this is the the DIY board. That is so Mike B's asking, for anyone who's listening to this on audio only, does the Jose Kelly use 4 preamp tubes, which Evolve DIY boards do? So no, it doesn't. That board it's a 3 gain stage plus cathode follower pre-tone stack project board. And you can have 2 master volumes, and you can do the front end any way you like, really. But you could do it with 2 gain pots because it's basically the stages are just cascading one into the other. There is a 4 gain stage board on that site, and you can do, if you're determined to do something with 4 preamp tubes.
Here's a good question for you, Jason.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any plans to do anything else with the Evolve stuff? Because you haven't really put out anything new really for a while.
You know, it's a good question.
It's been a bit, hasn't it?
Forever.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I haven't put anything out on that.
I think we could dream up some things that you could do.
You could. I mean, the last thing that went on there was a board that Alex did, right? Which is the Origin.
Yeah.
The Origin replacement. So one of the things that we have talked about, so I know we've talked about it with you, Shay, or it was probably your idea. You said you should do this, but I haven't. But maybe I should. Which is no one's done so in the DIY world, like amp kits and stuff like that. I don't believe anyone's done JCM 800 kit 2204, but with PCB mount sockets. So it's almost like an IKEA friggin' JCM 800 build, right? Where so much of it comes ready to kind of just click into place and ready to go. So I think that would be popular because it would be a super easy build, and a lot of less troubleshooting. Would be a lot less wiring to do. So the chances of it working when you turn it on are going to be high.
You should just make it with power tube sockets on there too.
Yeah, you could.
The whole thing.
Like the whole thing.
Plop.
Yeah.
That would be a good one.
Everyone will whine. It's not hand wired. Hand wired.
I doubt it. They'd probably be like, "Thank you."
You know how many so I've had runt circuit boards, runt 50 circuit boards out there forever, right? Since 2016. Yeah. I can count on one hand the number of circuit boards I've had to replace since 2016. On one hand, I can count.
Yeah. Those are solid, man.
I mean, like they just don't. And actually, and if I redid the board today, I would make some changes where that would knock it down to even less than a handful. Because there's some things I would do differently now, but it just doesn't. It's like, yes, potentially you could have a catastrophic tube failure that takes out part of the board, but it doesn't happen that much. It just doesn't happen that much, except it used to happen with Chinese EL34s. Those fuckers would fail miserably. Like if they fail, they arced.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really happen with JJ's. It doesn't really happen with the other stuff we use. I just don't see it because We have thousands of those amps out there at this point. And it's just like, nah, it doesn't.
It's fine, man.
Doesn't happen.
It's
just like and it's not hard to fix. It's not really difficult. Even if you had a catastrophic failure, it's not really that hard.
What minimizes human error on the build process too. I mean,
that's the major thing.
That's the number one, right?
That's the number one.
Yeah.
I mean, Handwired equals problems.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee it equals problems because you're stacking wires on a tube socket pin or something, and there's wires stacked, and you solder. It looks like it's soldered well, but actually the bottom wire is not soldered that well.
Yeah.
It's hard to see for anyone. I don't care how good you are. Occasionally, the best builder that's really good. We have a great, amazing builder that is one of the guys that builds the Jose's, right? So we only have 3 guys that build the Jose's. It's like myself or this other builder or this other builder. That's it.
Is that the guy that was on the video the other day, Dave?
No, Lonnie, he's one of them. He's the kind of the production manager there, but Lonnie's really good. But there's this other guy, Carlos, that has been working for the company since I started with Bad. And he used to work at the company. Now he does an outside service contracting kind of thing. And he's amazing. He can knock out so many amps, and he does an amazing job. But even him, who's really good, will make an occasional error because you can't see that really.
Yeah,
it's hard to see. When you're doing that stuff, and it happens.
It's a hell of a job to keep repeating the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, and mistakes happen. They happen.
Totally.
And with the PCB, not so much. You can see the PCB joint is not right away.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens in the future? What are we going to have hand-wired by robots? What do they call that? Robot wired?
Yeah, well, they'll make mistakes too because I don't think that's it.
It's
an imperfect science, right? It's an imperfect science.
Robot wired in California. Yeah.
In Terminator.
That's why I should put on the next amp.
Yeah, dude.
Robot wired.
We're all going to have our own robots, right?
And it's just the PCB is just more consistent and better because it's always the same. We know this. Every amp is the same.
Yeah,
it's so true, man.
So every amp, every Jose that comes across my thing, it's the same.
Good.
There potentially could be slight differences with tubes, of course, but for the most part, they're all the same. Unless there's some sort of defect on the circuit board, which that has come up before.
Yeah, it can happen. But that's what
like a little hairline thing that didn't get etched off somehow.
Oh, in the production, yeah.
I've seen that happen. Not very much, but I've seen it happen.
They're pretty good, man. The quality these days, I'm blown away with what they can create. I'm going to hit straight a super chat that's just come in here from Basil. Thanks, man.
Okay. That's a good question.
If you could access any discontinued amplifier part, which one would you choose and why? Wow.
That's a great question. I can't think of one off top, but man, there's been quite a few.
What about the old original pot that Jose used?
I was thinking.
Oh
exactly
that'd be great.
The old stack pole. The big chunky ones.
Big chunky pot that was so good and lasts forever. Actually, eventually they fail, but because I've had Jose's in that it's like I gotta change this pot. It's fucked.
Yeah,
but.
Completely like open frame, aren't they, and everything?
Yeah, it's great though. But it's so the steel, everything it's made of is better. Yeah, the switch part is better. It's just crap now. It's all crap.
Yeah.
Okay, I got one.
a really great, like, chunky DPDT dual gang push pull would be like brilliant if someone would just make one now, like a really good one that isn't tiny like the alpha ones. And
yeah, dude. Yeah,
The
I
best
know what you
ones
mean.
that I've found for that, the dual
Yeah.
1 meg ones with the push pull, are the ones that actually TAD sells.
Yeah, it's an alpha made one.
It's
isn't
an
it?
alpha, but the ones TAD sells actually work.
Yeah, that's the one I usually buy as well. Yeah,
that unlike the like the Bourne's ones, but they don't have the dual gang. But the Bourne's ones that are push pull, fail miserably all the time.
Bourne's do a dual gang one, but it only goes up to 500k.
Yeah,
I've used it before for like Jose's and things.
Yeah,
sounds
it can
great.
work. Yeah,
it still sounds great and everything. And for a while, like I was using one of those in many of them, but no,
they fail.
Yeah, they can fail.
We use them in like JL 20s and different things, and if you heat them up too much, the lug, it's terrible.
That's I think the problem is
miserably.
Yeah.
What's your discontinued part, Shay? That you
I got one. Classic tone transformers.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah,
they were so. I mean, I love high bore, but don't get me wrong. But classic tone sounded amazing, and they were dirt cheap. I mean,
that's why they went out of business.
Gosh.
Yeah, dude, man, you're so right. It's just nice. And
they
were made in Chicago.
Yeah,
like it was just they were there, and they sounded great. They were awesome, man.
The price put them out of business.
What's that?
The price put them out of business.
Yeah.
They were really under market value. It's just they couldn't. Even I talked to Habor about it, and they're just like, I can't understand how they could even possibly sell this transformer for that price.
That's what they told me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were good though.
They were good though. You're right.
They were good, man. It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a,
how about a good impedance selector?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Remember the NKK switch?
NKK was great.
Great.
Yeah, they discontinued it, and we beat them up to hell and back about making it for us. We're going to buy a massive quantity. Keep making it for us. Yeah, that was like, no. That was a no.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right.
Interesting. Here's a question. Did some Axis of Evil, did old Marshalls ever come stock with KT88s? If not, did any amp come stock with them?
It did. Yeah, the Marshall Major came with KT88s.
Was it KT88s then?
Yeah, it was in the Major. It was KT88s.
Yeah.
I don't think there was any other amp that came with that tube though.
I can tell you this though: if you put KT88s in a Friedman B100, that sounds pretty fucking rad.
Nice. How's it sound?
Really good.
Like, how different is it compared to like 34s?
It has this less mid-range, and it has this really solid bottom end. When you turn it up, especially, it really punches like no tomorrow, and it sounds fucking great. Just the Electro-Harmonix KT88s are fine.
They always sound muscular. They like that big kind of
shouldery, just punchy. I would think for a metal guy or something, it would be amazing. They're also great to use in any of the Marshalls that are low voltage, like those 380 volt ones that were supposed to be with 6550s. And I don't think you should ever put EL34s in them because they're too low.
The low voltage 2204s, though.
Yeah, they were supposed to come with the low voltage was supposed to come with 6550s, right? So
right.
I always put KT88s, like Electro-Harmonix ones generally. And they sound cool in that low voltage thing because they kind of fix some of the problems with the low voltage thing. But I also like optimize the voltage across the board.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, all the proper voltages you would see in a higher voltage amp.
Make sure there's not too much of a dropper down to the phase inverter.
Yeah. I want like 320-ish at the phase inverter, and then I like 170 at the cathode follower, and then like depends on the circuit you're using for the rest of it. The normal first gain stage is like 200-ish, and if it's a Jose thing in the front, I like around 140, 135 to 140, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
What do you think about What do you think about KT77s? This is something I messed with recently.
Do you really think it's that much different? Is it that much different?
Yeah, I do. So one of the amps that I did recently for a guy, he wanted KT77s instead of EL34s. He sent the tubes over that he wanted in, which were Gold Lions. And I remember I was putting them in there, and Jason was sitting behind me, and I put him in there and biased it all up, and I turn it on, and I start playing it. And Jason just looked back over at me, and he gave me this weird look. He was like, "What's that?" So like he knew it too, but there's definitely there was a huge difference in the kind of the mid character of the amp. Okay. But it sounded great.
Is this the amp? This is the amp that you cranked it, and it blew the light. It blew the light in your ceiling. Like, it made the light go out.
I think. Well, I think that's because of the vibration.
Yeah.
But yeah. But yeah, I'm a man. I don't know, something I might look into going forward, because I really like the sound of those tubes.
Being interesting.
Sorry, Dave. Go.
It would be interesting to hear what brand of KT77s versus what brand of EL34s.
Yeah.
Like, is a JJ EL34 and a JJ KT77 that much different from each other versus the difference between, you know, anything? Like, I mean, because a Mullard EL34 is different from a JJ EL34, which is different from a EH EL34. They all sound different,
right?
Pretty reasonably radically different.
Yeah.
So
I think that was some pretty
like a comparison between them all.
That would be pretty
special.
That'd be the test.
That was some pretty special new old stock tubes, weren't they? That guy had. And I'm pretty sure.
No, they make them.
Oh, weren't they?
Yeah,
I thought they were old tubes.
Gold Lions. I think that's new sensor. Maybe no.
Yeah, Gold Lion is new sensor owned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Real expensive.
I know that. So Peter Diesel had KT77s and his stuff for years, right? I remember him. He posted about it. He had a big stockpile of them or something.
Yeah.
And then when he ran out, he just flicked to 34s, JJs.
Yeah. He's changed tubes 10,000 times.
Yeah.
So some of the early diesel amps in the early 90s, he was shipping with 5881s and Sovtek WB preamp tubes. And frankly, I think those are some of the best sounding diesels I've ever heard. The original band Stained, their diesels were 5881s and WB preamp tubes, and those sounded amazing, those amps. And later amps, not so much, with some of the EL34s and some of the different preamp tube changes and everything. I don't know.
Dan, do you have any experience with KT77?
Sorry,
Dan, do you have any experience?
Yeah, I've used them on and off. I think I liked them more in amps where I was going for a bit more of an aggressive mid, like a little bit more than normal. You know, if I was trying to go a bit more in the metal direction with them, and I think I liked them like more for that than most of the EL34s that I was using at the time. But it's probably been, it's got to have been like at least 7 or 8 years since I've played around with them. I need to revisit them, to be honest, because it's cool sometimes to go round again with the different tubes and just revisit stuff, because your ears change over time and things that you've maybe, liked at one point you don't like now, or things you weren't sure about before, you've tried it again and it's like, whoa, fuck, that sounds killer. So I need to play around with them again. But I think the ones that I was using was the JJ KT77s, I think. Wouldn't have been the gold lines, I don't think.
Just on the 88s, Rod here is saying that Kerry King's signature Marshall had KT88s.
Yeah, that makes sense. Totally makes sense to me.
Yeah, his one was the only other one, that had that.
This comment here from Eddie, the Back to the Beginning show with Black Sabbath, Adam Jones was rocking his VH4 on 10. Okay, that amp, and Dave, I don't know whether you've seen that amp, but I've seen photos of that amp, Adam Jones, the insides of that amp. It's not necessarily the same as what you're buying on the shelf, right? So that amp's been worked on by Peter. It's had all the MIDI ripped out of it, so it just runs on channel 3 only, and it's not a stock VH4. I mean, it's still got the DNA of a VH4, but it's not exactly the same. So we just the reality is with these amps that the artists have and they use, we don't know.
No.
Is that depth that's in his amp the same as what you get when you buy a VH4?
Might not be.
Probably not. You don't know.
Is the front end leaner? Who knows?
Yeah.
We don't know.
We just don't know. So I would ears, don't use your eyes, I think is the thing to know. Purposeful Porpoise. Hey guys, does a line out jack on a head affect the signal path negatively like a shitty loop does, or is it fine?
No, it doesn't affect anything.
No, not really. No, if it's like tapped off the output jack.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Nah, you won't hear anything if it's there or not.
It's just tapping off it, right? It's not like a shitty loop will be sat in the middle of it.
Oh yeah.
It's tapping off a very low impedance output, so it's not an issue.
Yeah. No, a bad loop will fuck everything up.
That's
right.
Yeah, if the loop's not transparent, it shouldn't be in there at all. You can't go half measures with a loop. It's got to be great or not at all.
This is true. Dave, has anyone asked you to put 2 set switches on an amp?
Why?
I knew you were going to say
that. One per channel. One
maybe that's the thing.
That could be done. Sure.
I did that for a guy here.
I've done that. I've done that before too. It can be done. You can do 2 3-way SAT switches. Sure. It depends on the architecture of the amp and what you want out of it. Sure, it can be done. Sure, we can switch between things. We can do all sorts of things. It depends on how complicated you want to make my life.
The recent amp that I posted up a picture of, where I modded like the whole thing. I did like a 3-channel Jose thing, where it was like on the high gain channel, it was the pre-tone stack master, and I put two pre-tone stack masters that you switch between, and each one's got its own 3-way saturation switch.
Sure, you can do that.
That works great. Yeah,
that'll work great.
That always works good.
Makes sense.
Here's one for you, Dave. Add this one to your list, mate. Is it possible to make a 20-watt Jose?
It is possible.
Yeah, of course it's possible.
And maybe that'll happen one day.
There you go.
It'll definitely happen. I know it. Can you make a circuit board out of solid gold? What?
Potentially you could have it gold plated, sure.
Hell yeah, you can.
But how much is that going to cost?
You really want to pay it?
We're making
the limited edition. You do like 10.
Because it's like the gold pins on tubes.
This is it, man.
You need the gold pins on tubes.
Yeah, for the tones.
Well, they'd double the price, right? You could do a limited run at Jose's Day for gold.
I love it when an amp comes through and a guy has like, I put different tubes in and this and that. And I listen to it and I'm like, going, God, this doesn't sound good. What did he put in it? It's like, oh, we have 2 Mullards and what is it? Some super expensive something gold pin in the first slot, and like, let me just play with this for a second. Let me just like listen to it while I play with it. It's like, okay, what would I normally put in this amp? I would normally put a JJV1 and I'd put Shugong in the next slots because it works always.
Yeah.
And I love Shugong in the other slots because they sound great. And then for like an aggressive, cool. And I put that in and I'm like going, oh, fuck, that sounds better already. And then you start second guessing yourself and you're like, well, what about the phase inverter? He has a long plate Mullard. Let's try that in the phase inverter. Listen to that. Like, I still like the Shugong better.
Mm-hmm.
Like you start listening to each socket and you're just like, because I'm open for it to be something else if it sounds great.
Yeah.
But in the end, I just did this with an amp. That's why I said this. In the end, it was like, the original recipe worked best.
Yeah. You'd have to.
That is the recipe, man.
It's a good recipe. It works well. I mean, you could vary the first slot preamp tube. If I had my choice, I'd probably select a low microphonic Shugong.
Mm-hmm.
But those are like, rare hen's tooth things that don't happen that much. So in production, that's impossible.
Yeah.
Just impossible. And so we choose what works, and that works.
Hi to Mark. Hi to Mark Huzansky. He's here.
Hello, Mark.
Hey, Mike. We'll get you into
you come to join us to listen to all our talk that you have no idea what we're talking about.
Oh man, he loves the tech stuff. Come on, loves it. Scott's saying 6550 is always your go-to. That's cool, man. And Dave, Terry Demmel's saying it just put 6550s in a low voltage 2204. There you go, man. Sounded great. Preferred them over the EL34s.
Yeah.
Biased up to 60 milliamps. That's pretty
hot.
That's
50
hot.
probably is better, but that's okay. It's still safe with the voltage that's on it, but I like around 50 on those generally.
Has anyone played, so just back on these the 77s for a second, has anyone tried the JJ? So Ian's saying here that the JJ KT77 was apparently designed for the tones of an old 6CA7.
Fuck, who knows?
Yeah.
I think we have.
Okay, so now here's another video that needs to be done. So let's do a JJ's. Well, then why does JJ have 6CA7s?
Yeah.
First of all, but anyway, which I don't like.
Yeah, and how much do most of these modern 6CA7s sound like real original 6CA7s?
So then let's do a comparison of JJ's 77s versus Sylvania. Then let's come on. There we go. There's a video for someone.
You making a suggestion. If someone wants to send me a whole lot of tubes,
someone wants to do a video. That's a good video.
You send me tubes, but you won't get them back. That's
you do it, Jason.
I'm not saying
one-way transfer, man. You send them here, they'll not come back.
I only have a few of those things left.
Where are we at here? So this is Zab saying, "Hey, dude, I don't know who you're talking to, dude, but I think your comment's right. You do know that the output transformer is adjusted for the tube." This is what I was saying an hour and a half ago with Steve Fryette's video.
Yeah,
explains it better than than anybody.
Yeah, of course.
And if you listen to that, it's about 10 minutes into the video, and he gets asked the question, and he spends 20 minutes explaining it. But
just 20?
Yeah, no, I was being generous. It's probably more like half an hour. Everyone needs to listen
like
to
an hour. I love Stevie. I've known him forever, but he's long-winded.
Do you know if Steve was on this stream, we would still be talking about Marshalls and the bypass cap on V2A, which was the very first question. We'd still be talking about it would now, still man.
Be going, yes. I mean, love him, love Stevie. Known him for 10 million years, and we get along great. So, but he's long-winded. We'll give him that.
I'd love to meet
He'll
him.
even tell you that.
Yeah.
His shows are hard to watch sometimes because they're so long-winded. And I've been on the show.
When he's done a few of those vids where he's kind of sitting there at his workbench with all his scopes and test equipment and all that.
Oh, that's cool videos.
I love him.
Yeah, those
like
are
the one he did, man. He had another look at your old 50-watt Plexi, Dave.
And that I did that specifically so he could just do a video. So
that's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's what YouTube is made for. That shit.
Yeah, it's good content.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So Mark's, after 8 years, he knows enough to be dangerous.
After 8 years, I know enough to be dangerous. Oh shit.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Mark.
When's the next Tone Talk? When's the next show?
This coming Friday, we got Carlos Cavazzo.
Oh, cool. That's this week.
It's going to be a great one. I hope to get into all the juicy stuff.
Isn't he another guy who used to use Jose mods?
I don't know, actually. I really don't know anything about what he used in the Quiet Riot days.
I had a funny feeling he had a Jose at one point.
Maybe he did. We're gonna find out though. So stay tuned and watch.
Oh yeah.
It might be too late for you though.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
You know, for me, Tone Talk is the perfect time. It's like
for you, it's perfect. For
10 a.m., 11 a.m. on a Saturday morning. It's just great. It's like the perfect time. Just
well, if you're still up at some insane hour of whatever that time that would be, then stop by and say hi.
Yeah.
It would be close to the time we're probably close to ending here. So we would be starting at 5 p.m. my time. So it's 4:44 now. So it might be good for an hour.
Yeah.
I might just be sleeping by that point. We'll see.
Yeah, who knows? Whatever. You can watch it later.
Yeah,
exactly.
It should be a really good one though, because I think there's so much to talk about with him. That I mean, like Quiet Riot was so much the beginning of metal, so to speak, the beginning of the heyday of 80s metal. It was like, come on, feel the noise. Come on, give me a break. And there's so much controversy with Kevin Dubrow and how everyone hated him. And I want to get deep on that. I want to hear from firsthand experience what that was like,
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun one.
Because I went to this show when I was a kid called the American Music Festival, and there was a video on this show that's up on YouTube that a friend of mine sent to me. And it was in Michigan, where I was from, and all this stuff. And it was in like 1980, I don't know, early 80s, right? And it was like the headliner was Triumph. The band before that was Ozzy with Jake.
Oh, dude.
We had Motley Crue. We had Rat. We had Quiet Riot. We had Accept. And there might have been someone else in there, but not in that order, of course. But Rat opened the show, And I remember going to that. I remember seeing all those people. I think we left right before Triumph, but actually wish I would have stayed for that. That would have been good. But there was talk about that because Quiet Riot had to be separated from the other bands because there was I think at one point in time, Kevin DuBrow punched Rudy Sarzo because he had wait, no. There was a whole bunch of controversy between Motley and Quiet and all these people, and there was all this fucking bad blood, and people hated Kevin DuBrow and all this stuff. And I'm going to bring all that up. I want to hear the real story about all this stuff. That's fun stuff.
Man, that's it.
Looking back on Quiet Riot, I think I dismissed them a little bit at the time. But looking back at those records now, and when you listen to those records now, it's like, man, good drum sounds, good bass sounds, cool guitar sounds. Yeah. Fucking Kevin could sing his ass off. I don't care what you said about him. He could sing his ass off. And I don't care if the songs were stupid or dumb to you or anyone, but he could sing like a motherfucker. It was
fun music. Yeah, it was fun music, good times.
And when you listen to that stuff today and you just listen to the musician part of it and like the sonics of it all, and you're just like, that shit's really good, actually.
Yeah.
Like compared to the shit that comes out now, Jesus. I mean, like that sonically, it's just better. It's like
I should go back and have a listen because I was a bit like you, Dave, when that stuff.
Yeah, it was sort of stupid, right? Dumb, right?
I was kind of dumb.
And listen to it now and tell me if the bass sound doesn't sound good, the drum sound doesn't sound good, the guitars sound cool, and listen to it from that perspective, and then listen to it from his vocals. He fucking sang his ass off.
Yeah.
And like when you start listening to it like that, and compared to how you were at the time when you were just like, that's kind of stupid. Come on, feel the noise. Okay, whatever. Yeah, it's cool. But I want to hear that whole story from him. So hopefully I'll get that all out of him.
Sounds good.
That's going to be brilliant.
We got a question here from Grave Digger. Great name, man. Hey, Jason and friends, I've noticed when testing wattage power. Power varies depending on the load. Do you notice amps producing less power on a 16 versus 8 versus 4? No, I haven't. I'd be interested to know how you're measuring the power.
Yeah, exactly.
What method are you using and what formula are you using?
Yeah, are you using a resistive load or a reactive load?
Exactly.
That can throw things off.
So you need to
use a resistive.
You have to use a resistive load to measure power. I agree, Dan. Spot on. You have to use a resistive load. And if you do, the easiest way to do it is you use the formula P for power equals V squared over R. And if you measure V and RMS, then you'll get wattage and RMS. And so that formula, it relates to R being 16, 8, or 4. So you should get completely consistent readings.
Yeah.
Jason, go up like from where you're at right there. Go up like 12 questions. 15 questions. I don't know how to say his name. Yevhen Fedorets. Yeah,
got it.
That's a good question. Give it to Dan.
Okay, Dan. Question number 1. What was the hardest amp you've ever worked on?
Oof. Hardest amp I've ever worked on.
Like the most difficult amp to mod? Is that the way to?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it could also be. It could also mean one that just gave you the most amount of hell, right?
Yeah, I mean,
it has to be a boogie.
Yeah, you know what though? Funny enough, boogies don't give me too much trouble. I don't know, actually. That's something I need to have to think about that one for a minute. Hardest amp I ever worked on. Probably one of the ones that I had to kind of.
One with the stainless steel chassis.
Oh yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Well, no, that's
Yeah,
just bad for drilling. That's not too bad.
Yeah, no, you know what? I did like almost like a complete overhaul of a Lee Jackson Ampeg. You know
I've worked on those.
Yeah, the VL. It was a VL 502, I think it was, and I
It's
ended
come
up
out good.
completely came out really good and everything. But in the process of doing it, I was using, obviously it's completely all PCB. You know, it's all the sockets are all on there, all the tracks, and I ended up having to do all kinds of shit with bypassing certain tracks that were there and grounding out other ones to stop it from getting crosstalk and oscillation and stuff like that. It was, that was quite a job. I ended up, turning it into a completely new amp, but using the original PCB, which is crazy shit.
I worked on those. I've done the same thing, and pain in the ass.
A huge pain in the ass. So yeah, that ended up being pretty time consuming. What amp would I like to work on?
JCM 800.
Yes, something that's like in good condition, so I don't have to kind of like completely pull the whole fucking thing apart. That'd be great for once.
Most extreme mod
Ever had but never did.
Idea, but you've ever had but never did.
Oh, idea.
Probably not much.
Not judging from how many holes he drills.
I've done some pretty extreme shit. So
how about designing a noise gate and putting it inside a toilet urinal puck?
Oh well, that's been done now.
Yeah.
Someone had a crazy idea and actually did it.
Yeah.
Elon.
I see that every time I see that thing, the toilet, the urinal puck.
It brings back memories when I've worked on the urinal puck. Sort of, there's a little bit of a flashback towards cruise.
Oh yeah.
Because this little plastic box that's in the cruise amp.
What is that, man?
I'll tell you off there.
Okay.
Oh, we've talked about it before. I think we have. I think maybe we've talked about it off air.
Is that not the
I don't want to go into
not the Variac mod? No.
Oh no. That's a whole nother thing.
It's just a screen resistor, isn't it?
That's a screen resistor, yeah.
Okay.
That actually surprisingly works pretty well.
You turn the amp up, it'll sag it for sure.
Yeah, it actually cuts volume. It's interesting.
Okay, here's an interesting question from Scott. Hot topic: has anyone been watching the Randall Smith's videos?
Yes,
I know of it. I haven't really watched them.
They're really interesting, really funny as well. He's quite the character.
He's got let loose.
I think it's cool that he's doing that. You know, just kind of
really,
it's just
really
history lessons, right?
Yeah,
it's like history and stuff. That's great.
Yeah, I've still got loads of them to watch. Like I've been watching through them on his channel and everything, but they're pretty long, so.
Does he ramble? I've only watched the first one or two, man. So I have to obviously.
I haven't watched any yet. I kept avoiding him.
Yeah.
Does he go?
Every 2 seconds he goes off on a tangent, and it's like a whole other story. And there's like, anywho, back onto like the main story again, and then there's like another diversion, So yeah.
I always avoided them because I never liked mesas that much.
Yeah,
sort of. It's just not my wheelhouse that much. I mean, like, okay, a 2C plus can be great. Mark III even can be great. For if you get the EQ just right, and you get all the settings just right, that's the one sound it gets. It's a single channel amp.
Yeah.
So,
I worked on an original Mark One for Tim.
Oh, actually, those are kind of cool.
Yeah, it was like a really early one. Like the back panel doesn't even have a back panel on it. It's just got the older Dymo
P-Touch, little Dymo label
P-Touch
stuff.
thing,
I worked on that. Yeah.
Tim at Bare Knuckle has got like a ton of boogies, and he sent me one of those over to work on. And like opening it up, it was like a freaking time capsule.
Actually, the Mark One's kind of neat. Actually, it's not that bad.
It was great. Yeah, it was nice. It was nice to work on and everything. It's kind of a weird amp. Some of the features are a little bit kind of strange and quirky. Like the reverb doesn't really just like go from 0 to 10 and just give you reverb. It kind of starts to shift the tone response and everything.
There's some archaic kind of things in there. But
there's definitely some weird stuff going on in there. And it had the originally they used to have the Fetron tube replacement thing. So when you open it up, there isn't cathode resistors and caps on the first stage. There's diodes just instead on there. So if you obviously, because you can't get the the Fetron thing anymore, you got to swap the cathode resistors for more traditional values and that kind of thing, and then it works good. And the plate resistors are all fucked up then because they're the wrong values. So you got like 100Ks in and stuff. But once you get it all good and recap it, and it sounded really, really cool through. It had a JBL. I don't know if it was a 12 or a 15 in the combo.
Okay.
It sounded great though. I
cool.
mean, it's not really like a high gain like rock amp, but it's great for that kind of real dirty, gainy blues thing. Really squishy in the response with the playing feel, but you can't really run the gains anywhere beyond like 5, otherwise it just gets mushy.
Right.
Kind of interesting amps. But those and the Mark IIs and Mark IIIs, I like all those things, but beyond Mark III, then I'm like
done.
Not really my thing, like from Mark IV and beyond.
No. I picked up a Mark III no stripe sitting over here. I reckon I've turned it on 4 times ever. And it was just one of those, it came up local guy, 2,000 Australian dollars, which I thought was a great price.
Yeah.
And it's just that tone, like it was just kind of like you have that reference tone, do that thing, Dave. You go like you're really, really touchy, and then you get the sound, and you go, okay, there it is.
Don't touch it.
Yeah, don't touch it. And but it's noisy, and it's like you love.
It's a mess.
Go, okay, and then I turn it off, and then 4 months later, I'll turn it on again, kind of thing.
Yeah.
A question here, super chat. Hey, Mr. Woodchuck, thanks, man. Dave, what was the best product you recommended again for cleaning pots? I have the
what I recommended for cleaning the pots was a non-residue contact cleaner. You can use WD-40, not real WD-40, but WD-40 contact cleaner. There's a specialist contact cleaner they make. It actually works particularly well for cleaning pots, especially the issue I've had with alpha pots, that they'll do a weird thing where they short out. And this is a terrible thing that hopefully I'll solve by changing my pot manufacturer. But you can generally fix it if you wash all the pots out. And I think if you want a video on how to do that, I have made one. I can send it to you if you email me. I generally do the wash them out with that, and then I like kiss each of the pots with a fader, the deoxit fader stuff, just for a little lubrication after. But you don't have to do that, but I do that.
Yeah.
Because the thing with the alpha pots is that they do a weird thing where they short. You lose gain or you lose volume of a channel and stuff. And it has something to do with some contaminant in the pot. We think it might have to do with the contaminant, the grease that the pot is done with, and it bleeds into the track. And then when it does that, it does this weird shorting thing. The weird thing is if you take the pot out and measure the pot, it measures fine. Doesn't measure shorted or doesn't measure anything. When you apply signal to the pot, that's when it goes. Bleh.
Yeah.
So this is an issue with alpha pots that we've experienced, and by cleaning it fixes the issue. So every amp that leaves our factory now, we're cleaning every pot out like the same way. So
Yeah.
hopefully that solves the problem. We're actually switching pots though, but we haven't got a big enough supply to completely switch yet. Doesn't matter because the new pots even sound better.
Awesome. Quick question here from Jimmy Mack about what do you guys think about the 6402 greenbacks compared to modern reissues?
Oh boy.
EVH. What is the 6402?
I have the 60. I have in my cabinet. I have the 6402 greenbacks. They're just a mid 90s.
Well, that's what I've got then.
Greenback.
Yeah. So
well, theoretically, actually, I've never actually looked at my cones to make sure they're 6402 cones, but I'm hypothetically thinking they are because they actually came from the early 90s. I don't, EVH reissued, modern reissues, that I don't know. That would be an interesting shootout though for some video guy. 6402 cone, modern reissue, and EVH reissue, but you have to have the other ones worn in though. You got to have them beat up first because otherwise it's kind of null and void. But that would be a great comparison.
Yeah,
be a good
the
video
wear and tear that you put on those speakers is going to be like the biggest factor anyway, isn't it? I mean,
I don't think any two speakers sound the same anyway. So how do you compare this? I mean, you could take 4 6402s, 4 modern reissues, and 4 EVH reissues and listen to them all, and they will all sound different. Could you find one that matches closer to the other? Probably.
Yeah. And then the shit thing is you'll find the one that you really love of the bunch, you'll go and put it into a different cabinet and you'll hate it.
Yeah. So when I was doing the 2 notes capture pack thing that I did, we sat there and every cabinet we listened to every speaker in the cabinet with a real amp, to figure with the same miking technique, same spot, everything, to try to figure out which speaker we liked the best. And man, every single speaker in the cabinet sounds radically different.
Yeah.
A couple you're like, ooh, that one's much better than the other one. And then you're like, it's interesting. It's really interesting.
Because also, I was going to say in the room, you're going to be hearing the mixture of like the good and the bad ones in the cab, and it all adds up to a nice.
Yeah, it all adds up to a great thing, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, mic'd up close.
Yeah.
You A/B them and try to get the mic placement exactly right, which is never exactly right, but you try to get it the same, and you'll just go, oh, that one's so much better than that one. I'll take that one. It's interesting. But then again, you can take four 57 mics, like say, and A/B the 4 mics on the same speaker, and you'll get as much of a difference as you will with the 4 speakers.
She'll drive you crazy, man.
That'll drive you insane.
Yes.
But if you own a number of 57s, it's interesting to audition them all because there's one that's better than all the rest. I guarantee.
Just like the speakers. There's a guy that's done this with, been down the rabbit hole. The other John Brown is the
yeah,
with V30s.
Oh my God, has he gone down the rabbit hole?
Oh man,
so awesome. Dude, I love that shit. I watched all those videos. They're great.
Yeah.
There you go.
Holy shit, has he gone down that rabbit hole?
Yeah. Hey man, we did get to your question thanks to Shay. So don't worry about it, man. We got there in the end. We're nearly at 3 hours, guys. So I'm going to try and kind of.
We got his question. Yeah,
I think you got one.
That was a question about the mod. He was, said that we skipped his question, but we did actually get to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That was what was the most difficult amp you've ever had to work on, and if you could mod something, what was the most difficult, most ambitious mod that you thought of but you've never done, something like that. And that's when we got started talking about urinal pucks, shit like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you know, you need a gate in your amp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe that amp.
Yeah.
Maybe that amp you do. That's right. That's why you end up with a noise gate. It needs it. We have a super chat. Thank you, Matt. Dave, will the upcoming Vox AC30 based amp in your vintage line be offered as a combo only or as a head as well? Also, will it include your master volume?
Combo, head, cabinet, and yes, it'll have a master.
There you go.
Nice.
All of the above.
There
So,
you go.
As in 212 combo, head, 212 cabinet, based off, you know, vintage AC30 designs. Probably with blues in it. It won't be cheap,
Nice
but
one.
yeah.
Nice one.
No.
Here's a
It won't be cheap, but
here's a good question, and I think this might be our last one. God, I've lost it now.
The chat got more active as we went along.
Oh man, everyone
course,
realizes, they're going to go now, so let's just dump a whole lot of fucking questions in the chat. Now I can't fucking find it. Oh, here we go. Outside of the amps that we all build, right, and you can't choose anyone else's amp here either when you answer this question, what other brand model would you buy that is a hot rodded plexi style?
you just eliminated like the whole field.
I know the first three on my list, they're all here, so I can't choose that.
How about hot rodded plexi sort of vibe? How about a nailer amp? I'd go for that. Kind of. It's kind of that hot rodded plexi kind of thing.
Yeah.
In fact, I've kind of been thinking about buying one. I have a long history with them, and it's good stuff. I like the sound. I always have. Other than that, I mean, I don't know. Metropolis, maybe?
Yeah. Maybe.
Cool.
That's another option.
Great call.
I haven't played his newer stuff.
I
but
do
would
have
like
his newer Metroplex sitting next to me right now. It's pretty cool.
I'd like to hear that amp.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's very different from the old one. It's not anything in the same.
Yeah, I'd like to try those one day. I don't know if you would call it hot rodded plexi, but I mean, out of other brands that I would purchase is Bogner. I've always liked Bogner amps. I think he's fucking super good, man. I played some guy brought over the Uber Ultra last year, shortly after it came out. I was like, man, that's a fucking good amp. It's a really good high gain amp. A little noisy.
How's the new snorkeler that they do?
Haven't played that one.
Sounds like in the videos I've heard, it sounds a little harsher than the originals to me. I don't know.
A little more aggressive.
It's hard to say. I mean, I've done a bunch of those mods for people over time, and at least off I have 2 different schematics of 2 different variations of it, and they're cool when you do them.
Yeah. Yeah, I've played.
The only thing that surprised me about that amp is was the included noise gate.
And the snorkeler?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that it was included. I haven't paid that close attention.
The new snorkeler's got a noise gate built in.
A little diode noise gate or something?
I don't know. I think it's more sophisticated than that.
Oh, yeah.
It's not one of those. That's not a noise gate anyway. That's just a filter. This one, I think that snorkeler's got like a real noise gate in it.
Yeah, I've not seen.
Seems like one that someone should take apart and SLO clone.
I'm sure it'll be on there.
And you know all about this, right? That's a 4-stage plate fed style design.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
can be noisy if you're not careful.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was kind of like, why is there a noise gate in that amp?
Yeah,
But
I mean,
to the question, I would probably, Bogner. Man, I don't own a Bogner. It'd be nice to have one. I always find Bogners a bit dark, to be honest,
I
personally.
never liked Bogners that much. It wasn't my thing.
But I have huge respect for what he's done and the brand, and I like the quirkiness of Bogner amps. They're just kind of like, there's a kind of coolness about them.
I mean, do you say so? You know, you're saying hot rodded plexi, right? What does that mean? If you take that out of the equation, I might say something else.
Yeah,
I might say a Fryette amp or something, or but that's not really a hot rodded plexi. That's more of a hot rodded high watt, so to speak.
Yeah. I guess the other brand that I'll never have one of these because I just think the prices are insane. But it'd be nice to have a Wizard sitting in the rack.
Yeah,
Wizard is great. Yeah, they can be great.
Cool amps.
They can be cool amps. Yeah, for sure. I've known Rick for a long time. That's a good option. Yeah, that's a good option. Sure.
Yeah, they're built like tanks.
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah. Here's the this question about measuring the wattage. Yeah, so Gravedigger's been using a PS100 on the bench for the load. So man, you need we said get a resistive load, man. I just bought
a load to measure wattage.
Yeah, I bought a 300 watt 16 ohm load off Mauser, just a big fat resistor mounted on a block of wood. And that's the go-to, man. You can run a 100 watt amp on that thing all day.
I made one that is a 400 watt load, so I can switch between 16, 8, or 4 on it.
Oh, cool.
And that way I can even do an SVT if I have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice one. Sir's the other brand that's been called out here. Yeah. Sir's
cool. Yeah, of course, sir. Yeah.
I mean,
sorry, I'm forgetting things as I'm sitting here.
Yeah. I've got an SL68, cool plexi, and I've got a PT15 IR as well.
Yeah.
Sitting on the shelf. I haven't turned it on for about a year.
Sorry, we forget about things as we're sitting here. It's just like, oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The SL67 was cool that I worked on maybe last year, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Great amp. Sounded awesome.
Yeah. The badges also for like mid gain tones. The badges are cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Never tried one. But...
Yeah, they're kind of like, it's that, is it clean, is it dirty kind of tone, It's just like, it's just that edge of breakup stuff. It's nice.
Yeah.
Not a high gainer. Not a high gain amp at all. But that's cool. Super artistic design, the Bogners. Man, that's the thing. I remember the first Uberschall that I ever worked on. And I still remember taking it out of the head shell and flipping it over and looking at it and going, holy shit. Like he had the to the channel indicators, right? Because on the front of the amp, it's got the kind of plexi see-through channel, and he's got these lights that are shining from behind, and they're mounted on the PCB, like about 10 centimeters or probably 3 inches or so behind where the panel is, and it's just like, this is crazy genius. It's like,
it's cool.
It's just cool. It's like, it's super cool. There's no tone in those lights, but man, it is so cool.
No, it definitely aesthetically looks good. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they always look awesome.
Yeah. All right, guys. Hey, man, we are 3 hours and 8 minutes, and Dan, it must be, what is it for you, man? 2 a.m.? Holy shit.
2:15. Yeah.
Damn, we made it.
Ooh.
Thanks, Dan.
I'm still hanging in there.
You seem good. You still got the happy look on your face.
Yeah.
It's because you're on vacation.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I don't have to get up early in the morning.
Hell yeah.
Perfect.
Me neither.
Sleep through.
At this point, you can nearly just stay up. Just
yeah, exactly.
Make a coffee and keep going. Yeah.
Are your emojis on, Dan?
Let's find out.
Let's find out.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
man. Get it. Nailed it.
I'm still jealous about that. I can't do that.
There we go.
I don't know why.
No, we can't do that. That's Dan's thing. We can't do that one.
Oh, wait, do this one. What's this one?
Yeah. Oh yeah. For some reason, this one always seems to happen in the middle of the show. Normally, when I'm sitting there like doing this.
That one work.
I got to figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to get that sorted, man. All right, guys. We'll sign this off.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. This was a good stream. I really enjoyed this one, and man, we'll be back in it's August now, so we'll try and find a day in September that we can do this. And until then, happy modding.
Oh shit!
Been fun.
Sorry, Dan.
we switched.
See, I'm
guys.
nothing.
Bye.
Bye.
See you guys. Thanks for hanging out.
Guys.